Hey guys, how is everybody doing? I'm gonna bring Pocket Metal up here real quick.
I'll switch you back up.
Introduce him and Scott, and I'm gonna introduce all y'all to Scott. Most of you might know him, Aries EDC, maker of these little niblets that we're gonna talk about here later. How's everybody doing? I'm gonna run through and greet you guys real quickly. I appreciate y'all coming in early. Angelo did start early today. Channel member, good to see you, buddy. Marco, good to see you, my friend. Be Shady, channel member. And we got Crazy Roach in here. I've got my eye out for Dang Ross. Y'all help me find him. Marco, Colby. We've got, I think we're getting close. Space Ghost, channel member, good to see you, buddy. We have got Neil McKenzie in here, channel member, good to see you, Neil. We have got Paul Mills, my man. We have got, I think I'm caught up. Fook Doozle, good to see you, brother. And I'm going to say Chris229, channel member. I'm going to scroll because I want to get started. Jim Turgliafera, what's up, brother? And channel member. And I'm not even highlighting you guys as I say hi. That's how out of it I am. I apologize. I'll get better one day. Demon channel member, what's up, brother? Let's see if I missed anybody. Mark Parks, channel member, good to see you, my friend. Fixed Blade, welcome to Fixed Blade Friday. Autumn Wind, welcome. Jim Miller, channel member. We've got an unboxing from Jim Miller tonight, too. Don't let me forget that Pocket Metal. Joe Isabella, channel member, my brother, what is up? We got Craig, channel member in the house. Nizer Life is coming to the house. Y'all are coming faster than I can get down. Five Door, channel member, good to see you, brother.
Are you seeing the things I'm highlighting?
Yeah. Okay, you're highlighting stuff that I'm missing. Do that again.
Oh,
Thank you.
so first Iggy became a member.
Iggy, thank you.
That was earlier today, like 12:30.
How do I not see any of this stuff?
This is in the starred things on the side there, and your.
I got you. Twang Thang has been a member for 11 months. Twang, I appreciate you. Steve Clayton, how are you, my friend? All right. I think Mayor Salt, what is up, channel member? I think we've kind of crossed knives in a good way. Let's see what we got here. All right. I am getting towards the bottom. Go ahead and see channel. See, I'm behind. That's my whole problem. You're ahead of me, Pocket Metal. Kelly White, good to see you. JD for EDC channel member, good to see you. Welcome, buddy. Joseph S., good to see you. All right, guys. I am going to turn it over. I'm going to introduce and talk just a little bit about my experience with this little knife, this Aries EDC Bloom. I only have done an unboxing. I will probably film a more thorough review. I'm going to make myself big for just a second. I'll probably film a review early next week because I want to get it on to the next fella. Matisfaction was nice enough to think about me when he was checking this out and sent it over for me to check out. And after I got it, after I unboxed it, after I started watching Aries EDC's YouTube channel, which I've linked at the top, it's pinned in the comments. If you guys haven't subscribed, I would really appreciate it if you subscribed. And I watched videos yesterday of him gluing up these knives, finishing these knives, said it on his live stream this morning where he was going through processes and have been extremely impressed with this little guy. So I wanted to bring him on. I'll make myself small. I wanted to bring him on if he was available, and he was, to kind of talk about, for you guys that haven't followed the channel or hooked up with his Instagram, which is also Aries EDC. I've got it scrolling in the crawl. I would follow the guy. We'll look at his Instagram here in a little bit and some of the other models, but just a fantastic maker. And I didn't even ask how long you've been doing this, Scott.
uh, it's only been about maybe 3.5 years that I've been making.
And have you been selling all along?
I'm sorry, filming?
Have you been, selling them all along?
No. I'm sure I'll get into the beginning of the start of where all this began, but I've only been filming stuff for about maybe 2 years now. So or get doing that. And I just started doing that just so that I can get my product out there and so that I could sell some knives
Right.
and push my Etsy. And then it's kind of turned into what it is now, which is totally different. But
But don't you like being able to work direct on,
yeah,
like I was seeing today where you were talking about your book spots, and I'll let you talk about that further, but how you like to control what it is that you're doing and you can kind of plan around that and it keeps you able to balance out the other things you've got going on.
yeah. One of the things when I started making, because I was talking to a bunch of other people and somebody introduced me to stock removal knife making, which is what I do. And then I was just kind of like engulfed in this thing, and I was asking a ton of questions and doing everything. But I found out that, people were outsourcing their sheaths and outsourcing their maker's mark and outsourcing all of these things. And I wanted to, within reason, have full control of everything that I was doing. So I do pretty much everything that you see in any of my products except for the heat treating of any stainless steel, just because of the processes that go into the proper heat treating of stainless.
And tell them who you use to do
And
your
I use Peter's heat treating, which, they're just a staple in the
industry.
industry. So I use Peters. They're one of the best, and they take a little while and they're a little expensive, but I know it's going to get done right. So my product is as good as it can possibly be.
And what did you call this? A takeoff? You called it a certain type of construction.
removal.
Stock removal. How is that when you
Stock
get
remove.
a flat piece of stock and remove material? What is the difference in that and forging, I guess?
Yeah. So, forging, depending on what you're forging, you might start with a piece of steel and you're forging it, you're using heat and hammering it to shape. Where stock removal is, I take a bar of steel like this, and then I cut it to shape on a bandsaw or some kind of saw, and then I grind it to shape. So I'm not forging anything and doing that, but I'm just removing stock from the blade, from any of the stock steel, and then creating the shape that I need.
I just had never heard any, and most of the makers like uh, Jacob Creates or T. Denny, all the knives I make are stock removal, but I've never heard anyone differentiate that from another custom knife. And I thought it was interesting that you did.
But because the forging of a knife, and you're rough forging in the bevels, and you're rough forging in all of the shapes and everything else. That's a whole nother skill set and way you do it. So I just, the stock removal knife maker. That's what because I don't want people thinking I'm forging these things because I'm not. And that's
Yes.
one thing about me and my channel is I share everything. So, I'm very open and honest with everything that I'm doing. If I mess something up, it's on the channel and I share on how I fix it. And, I'm very transparent with a lot of the things that I do. So anybody who's following me knows
Yeah, and if
you've
you
already
guys
know what's
aren't,
going to happen and what it looks like. So
this is the YouTube channel, and I would urge any of y'all to click on that link that's pinned at the top of the comments. If you're not subscribed to Aries EDC, just if you're interested in the like this, I mean, just the the method behind what
And
makes
this
a
is
knife
where the handle starts to really.
before it's even filed down, and you can watch
They
all
polished it
that
up
process to something that's
for
just
this guy.
yeah, you got to go to the time lapse.
Yeah.
yeah. I don't know how to use YouTube, buddy. I'm the worst hack. I'm horrible, but just I mean next level stuff. And I came to the game. I've been following you for quite a while, but I'd never really
Stalker.
just great stuff. So I do encourage you guys to go not only sub to Scott's YouTube, but also if you get a chance, I want you to jump over here to his Instagram, which is scrolling, but it's just Aries EDC. Where'd it go? Right here. And it's not showing it. Damn it. Sorry, guys. Now I'll get back on track. I'm just bad about this. It's my squirrel brain. I apologize for it. But the Instagram is where I first was exposed. I found the Instagram page before I found the YouTube page. And it's just such a transparent operation, and you get to watch. And really, on your live streams, you engage with everybody, and you're listening to what the community is asking for. It seems like to me, and I've only been on 1.5 of your live streams. I love this little knife. I just wonder if you can sharpen it with a 1-inch stone.
Yeah, you can. Yeah. Well, you know what I used? I used the Precision Adjust Work Sharp to sharpen it.
Okay.
And it worked.
With the little 3/4 stone. I've got some of those too.
Yeah. Or if you have a ceramic, but yeah, that thing, that was a fun build.
I mean, are those micarta handles?
They're G10.
G10, okay. I have a hard time with like there's a company called Shed Knives that does a G10 handle that really looks rough in micarta to me.
I mean, it depends what the finish, how smooth you're going to get the finish on a G10.
He leaves them very rough. I love your acid etching. I love your logo. I don't know if you watched the unboxing where I couldn't remember which way it sat, and I remembered because I'd taken the screenshot to put on the thumbnail, and then I was like, "Damn it!" Because I don't ever do edits on my videos. I love that little knot.
A theme. Goes this way.
Yeah, I mean, I know exactly how it goes now.
It looks like an angry penis.
Well,
yeah,
and
that's what a lot of
people
say, but it's it's the zodiac sign with my initials in it. So
I hear you. The top, though, it just so much looks like a set of balls.
I know. But I'm not going to change it. So I guess I'll be the balls guy. I'm good.
I wouldn't change it. I wouldn't change the thing. To me, I see ram horns. I don't see balls. I see different stuff. I think
I look at a lot of penises, so I get, penis on the brain. What can I say?
Well, there you go. I guess.
So you like to stick with several designs, right? I heard you kind of joking that you had too many that you were working with right now, but you like to take orders on your current designs, which are all awesome, and you've got different sizes for different.
Yeah. So the way that the books work is I open the books up for 5 builds a month, because this isn't my full-time thing. I have, an 8-hour a day job Monday through Thursday. And then I do this on weekends, and then on Fridays. And then, at night, I'll get an hour here and there to work on it. So I only build 5. I open 5 slots every month. And I have about 17 models that whoever can pick from. And I release a video on YouTube, and it goes through everything, and it has all the models laid out, and I talk about all of them quickly. So you can pick a model, you pick a steel, you go to a couple websites to try to pick out some handle material, which is the real rabbit hole once you start getting into handle materials. And then we just work out like the sheath and different things like that, and then we go for it. So those are just like the pictures you were showing were customer builds for the last month or like last month.
And your little taco sheaths are amazing. I love the eyelet size. I think a lot of people miss the boat on that. They make them too small. I love the fact that you ship it with a strap, because hopefully you're buying those in bulk and you're not investing a lot, because most people, as you know, everybody's got their weird carry preference, right? You might have some people that want a strap, but you might have some people who want a deep concealment carry clip, or you never know. I just think
I want to give this. I like the strap.
I do too.
So I offer the strap if somebody wants to put like the UD clips on there or a different kind of clip. I try
Deep
to make
concealment
the
or something.
holes so that you could do that.
And you do. I mean, and the retention is next level. There's absolutely no rattle in the knife. It just,
Yeah.
it's spectacular, dude. I'm really impressed and thankful. And I've told Maddie, and I think I've told you, I really appreciate getting an opportunity to see the work and feel the work because it makes a difference. And it's so sharp. I mean, I can show you guys. And this knife's been sent around. And I've
Yeah. What
stropped
kind
it,
of
I think.
custom maker would I be if it wasn't sharp?
Oh, well, I mean, a lot of custom makers, and at no fault of theirs, I've got one of my good friends who does regrinds, and I even say you don't have to worry about sharpening it. And when he sends it to me ground, it will cut. And if I want to get it to shave, I just put the final edge on it. But yeah, this edge is next level. And I haven't cut any straps, and I won't cut anything hard with it. I think I cut no, that was a carry development. I cut through one of my KPL plastic sticks to see if I could do it like a beaver, like if it was a piece of wood, because I don't have wood. I just cut paper. But you can tell a lot, not from cutting the paper, but just seeing, in my opinion, how well it bites into the paper. Like
Jim
for the,
wants to know why you didn't. I guess he could send you one of the ones he got.
I didn't know. Again, this is all kind of new to me.
He has
I
Send
to
it out,
do.
Jim. Send it out.
Yeah, I'm one of those guys who used to be on websites all the time, and I've kind of had to step back in my what's the best way to put this? In my disposable income department. So I haven't really been looking at a lot of websites. I look at Instagram, so I follow a lot of things, but if I'm not in the market, I try not to obsess. But certain things will get in the back of my head. What's up, Rob's Nerdy Knives? Good to see you, Spencer.
Oh, sorry about that.
I'm sorry, I'm missing all kinds of people. I'm gonna let you run the
I've been
chat.
highlighting comments. Everyone that chops in, I've been acknowledging them, and then
You're doing awesome, and he's doing it for me because I have a squirrel brain, and I'm trying to let Scott, and I'm doing a terrible job, talk about his knives and his process and what drives him to do it. Because they seem priced very reasonably for what they are.
You didn't mention that. What's the range for those of us who don't know?
So the range, depending on the model that you pick, if you pick one of the smaller models in a carbon steel, which I use 80 CRV2 as my carbon steel with maybe just G10 or micarta, which is on the cheaper side of materials that I can get. Cheaper meaning not as expensive, not cheap as in it's going to break. It starts right around $100.
Oh wow,
if you're
that is very inexpensive for something that's handmade, here in the States and all that other jazz.
Yeah, but we're talking.
Do you have one of those to show us like what size you're talking about?
I was getting ready to. That would be something like this.
That looks like wood.
A model called the Mini Obsession, or I have the pedal, which is kind of small. So,
like we're talking like 2-finger kind of deals.
3-finger knives.
There's still 3.
Gotcha.
And then I always do a little lanyard on them, but both of those have the same shaped handle, so it's about 3. But they're small, and then it goes up from there. And then depending on what handle materials you're picking, if you want me to put a bead on it, if you want like all these other things, like I'll do custom beads as well. Like I made a bead, like the balloon that Javon has that bead. It's the same same as the handle material. So I made the custom bead. That all takes time and effort and everything else. So, and then AEB steps up about $55 more just because of what I have to put out to get it heat treated on top of that, and then it goes up. So it starts there and it goes. I mean, all depends on what you want. Acid etch, tumbled, what finish you want. Do you want
I was just curious like where the basic started, and then that's obviously very affordable for something that's not a production, and
And-
here in the
and
States.
unique designs. I mean, if you look at the Instagram page, and I do urge you guys to go follow him on Instagram if you're not, and definitely get hooked up to the YouTube. Comment. I'm learning how people make knives. To me, who can't change a light bulb without help, it's fascinating. I mean, to me, it's art that also cuts and goes in your pocket and looks really cool. But so at 5 a week or 5 a month, I guess, right? 5 a month.
Yeah, I am committing myself to 5 a month, but I've been doing 6 or 7 a month, just because I like to torture myself. But it's all depending on timing, what kind of blade they want, what steel they want. Like this month, I had 5. 3 of them were 80 CRV2, and 2 were AEB. The 2 AEB I sent out like 2 weeks ago to get heat treated. I'm still waiting for them to come back,
You're at
but
the
I already
mercy of
finished the
heaters.
3. So now I did the extra one, which was the Bengal Tiger rock hopper that I just
Open that
completed.
again. That is so beautiful.
So I got the sheath.
And y'all need to
then-
watch the glue up video. It's not that long, but you need to watch that thing come together.
What is something like that run? Just for
So-
the people.
So this one's about
I'm guessing $300.
130.
Oh
This
God.
is 80 CRV2 with the Kieranite, and this was just
Right.
a belt satin finish with hand sanded. Sorry if I have fingerprints on it. I have to clean it off. But
Dirty knives are good knives.
yeah. Well, this one's brand spanking new. I just
And if
finished
you
this
add
one
this,
this
would
morning.
that add $15, $50? I don't know the process. That's why I asked. So if you wanted that model or a model similar with an acid etch blade, are you still in the under 200 range?
Yeah. You're still within 200.
And the only
Yeah.
reason I ask is I love a satin blade, but on fixies I really love the acid etched. I just think they look so rustic. They remind me of my childhood.
Yeah, I add on a little bit because of the time that it takes to do the acid etching, and there's a couple added steps that I have to do to make sure that it's uniform all the way through with the handle materials getting put on, et cetera, et cetera. So, and I'm still learning different ways of doing things. And like I said, I've only been doing it for a couple of years. I have minimal machinery, as you saw this morning in my live stream. I don't have big grinders or anything else. But I'm just, it's been a learning process, and I have fun. I have fun challenging myself to do something.
And airing that on your YouTube channel, I think has got to be a positive because people see what you're working with and what you're creating from that. And I would think, and I don't know any better, but I would think, I don't know how much it costs you to cut out your blanks, but once you get your models nested out, if I don't know if you have companies like WaterJet there that could cut something a little better for you where you're not dealing with as much, you've still got the little blank. I don't know what that does to pricing. And the reason my squirrel brain goes there is, do you want to keep this just a passion project, a hobby, or do you someday see if I could get to X amount of orders, which I think I could handle if I was doing it full time and sold them for X, I could make this a full time thing, or is that not even part of the plan?
I mean, it's something that I have played with many times, and I've actually shared all this on the channel because I've actually shopped out getting.
I apologize. I didn't dive too deep.
No. I'm not. Don't worry. I've gotten some of my models into CAD, and then I've shopped around some companies to get to see what the cost would be to get, I don't know, 10 blanks made. Where if they can send me something like this already pre-cut out and the holes drilled, then that can save me a little while. But it what I have found locally, and I haven't shopped a lot, is the expense is pretty high, and they don't want to do 5 or 10. They want to do 50, 100.
Right.
And that's just like
Nobody,
the move
yeah.
for me.
Yeah, that's a
Well,
lot of planning for the future kind of thing. Like you might
I
not
don't
even
think
want to do that shape anymore after 100 of them.
I don't think Jason would
So
mind me sharing what he does, but he has a company close to him that he has a relationship with. He gets two sizes cut out
Yeah,
where
just
one
the blanks, the
the
rectangles.
blanks where he can then cut in whatever shape he wants. So he's got, instead of large pieces of metal, he's got a 5-inch version that he can then do anything from a cleaver to a sheep's foot to a drop point and keep the handle the same. And I just didn't know if that would be something that in the future it might be able to help you get to that something that makes sense on a pro forma standpoint. Because I know if you ever set up a table or if you just went and walked the Atlanta Knife Show for a day and looked at what's out there and what people are selling it for and go back and look at what you're doing, it's special. It is. I mean, it's really, really good stuff.
Yeah, guys,
I've been
he
to
wants to
some.
let you know there's going to be a price increase after the show. now that
Well,
Javon's
his
talked
books
to him
are
for 10
closed.
minutes.
Talk
I
about how you
and
schedule things because your books are closed now, right? Or they
Yeah,
just open?
the books are closed now. When I opened my books up for March, literally they filled within 24 hours. Um, and I had gotten 5 people to reach out. And if I would have just taken on books and just not just taken names, I probably could have filled through May um, fairly easily with just different other people reaching out saying, "Hey, I want a knife. Hey, I want a knife." And I wish I could be like, "Okay, yeah, let me write you down. You're going to be for April. You're going to be for May." But I don't. That's like too far
That
in
seems
advance
like
for
too
me to
much
do.
pressure for me. I mean, that for me personally, that would I would feel like too much was weighing on me, and I feel personally like I get more and more behind in the way that I do things anyway. So I think if you can do it in fives, and the best way for somebody to get or learn when the next spot's available, so they can have a running for that. Do you do it on a lottery? Do you do it on Instagram? Do you do it
It's
through?
I release a video on YouTube, and then I'll put something up on Instagram in my story or something, and it's first come first serve. Um, it's first come first serve. So they
Yeah.
either
So
reach out to me, they either message me on Instagram, or they can shoot me an email, and it's
Right there.
whoever's first. Those are the first 5 people that I'll talk to, make sure they're serious with what they want to do, and
Which one do you
then
check first, IG or the email?
Michael, I
I
would check the
Instagram is easier for me.
All right,
So, but
people go to
there are
Instagram.
some people that don't have Instagram. But
but you do want to subscribe to the channel so you know what's coming and when, so you can kind of get ahead of it if it's a design you see you like taking shape.
yeah,
People should get Instagram just so they can message people, and I've seen accounts like that. Like, come on,
Hey,
you don't gotta. There's people out there that have
I
more followers than me or Javon combined, and they
I,
have
I,
no
fin-
photos or anything.
I finally got my mother on because she loves cat videos and animal videos, but she
Yeah,
didn't ever want
dude,
skeletons to
I
come
watch
out of the
more
closet.
capybara videos than you can shake a
Yeah,
stick at.
and
that's my wife.
she just put herself out there as Stuart Gee, which is her cat's name, because she adopted it from a family named the Gees, and it's Stuart, and it's a picture of this snowshoe, and nobody knows who it is. She follows like 3 people, and because she's engaging, like we were talking about
She's
earlier,
getting
Pocket
more.
Mail, if she engages with
This message
cats, she
right
sees
here.
more. The fact that YouTube
Exactly.
doesn't like.
You can't communicate.
True,
It's
true. But
fucking
the only
insane.
reason the YouTube's good is so you can keep abreast of what's going on, right? It's kind of like knowing what's happening in the factory or in the lab, so you can jump on it when it gets ready to be made available, or
and
when you
it's
see that the books are getting ready to open.
it's easier for me to explain the whole process and what it is. So like the video that I release every month shows you every model that you could pick from, which I couldn't even go through right now. And then, what steels are, what the prices are, and then I can share a couple links for handle materials too. So
Oh, and they're very informative. I mean, I would think, and again, I'm not the guy that's ever going to be able to build a knife, but I would think they're almost instructional. To me, they're educational videos because I learned today. I've seen every knife I've gotten is glued up or it's screwed up. And I guess if it's screwed with Torx, I know it's not glued because I take the handles off. But yeah, it's to me, there's so much content on here that I can't believe you're at 1,000 subscribers. You guys need to really get over here if you're interested in
This work.
what it takes to make cool ass knives and just watch it happen. I mean,
Did you put a link at the top of the chat, or is that okay? You did.
yeah, that should be for the YouTube channel, and then I've got the Instagram because all you've got to do is.
And this is going to be all about the March builds. We are finishing these 3.
So you actually see it happen.
Well, not really finished.
And it's funny because the people who I'm building a knife
Each
for,
one of these, I've
literally sit there and get to watch their knife being built. So, like,
and it goes, guys, it goes so far from what you see there. I mean, Jesus. I'm telling you, it's worth subscribing, worth watching. It's good content. And Scott, I mean, your talent speaks for itself.
thank you. Yeah, I mean, when I started the channel, I was hoping maybe to inspire people to get into it because I enjoy doing it so much. And something that I always press on my channel is it doesn't have to be able to take something from raw material and then turn it and shape it and do it, whether it's wood or clay or, you know, there's so many different things to then turn it into a final product. It's so rewarding. Like every time I finish a knife and I can hold it in my hand and then I get it into somebody's hand and they enjoy it just as much as I do. That's so rewarding to me that I want everybody to have that feeling. And with knife making, if you can get a couple of different tools and skills under your belt, it's not really, it does take some skill and it takes patience and it takes little things, but it can be done. And I just jumped into it and I pulled some money together and I got basic tools. And my shop is literally my garage. That is my grinder. It's a 1x30. I do everything on it, but I'm still able to create what I can create.
Which is
Do you use a jig for grinds or?
Yeah.
Okay.
For the bevels, I do have a jig, which the jig
keeps
the
it
jig
even.
the jig, I had to customize it because it doesn't fit on that grinder, but I had to shorten it down to make it work. But it's just to help me with the and I know I probably should learn how to freehand, but
I don't, dude. It's like I think that's for bragging rights only. Jig, you make sure it's even on both sides. You don't have to stress out about it as much. Freehanding is just for bragging rights for other makers.
I think
the people on the other end don't give two shits if you're freehand beveling your knives. they just want to keep it.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
And I tell you, there it is, right there. You can see me on the jig right there.
Which is a very manual jig. I mean, that's not what you would think of.
I just mentioned it because it's like another talking point.
Sure. Oh, I got you.
It is.
I think it's honestly like it's cool if you can do it, but other than that, it's like why not use a jig?
But I don't have the sound on now. I mean, there's so much education being passed on this. So let me ask you, Scott, what was your skill set just in general? I mean, were you a handy guy before you decided to take on this challenge?
Yeah, I mean, I've always been a handy person. I could fix things. I was pretty good with woodworking and everything else, like the frames over here. I built all the frames. I built this wall that's right here because this is my garage and I built that wall behind us. So I've always been good with tools and woodworking, etc. And I've just always been good with my hands.
So you can change a bit or a grinding wheel and you can basically take those skills and apply them to a different medium.
Yeah. And there's so much content out there with you don't even need a power tool technically to make a knife. If you have a lot of patience
and time,
You could do it with a bandsaw, like a a hand bandsaw and some files. You could literally make a knife. I have ADD and that's not going to work for me, so I have to speed that process up a little bit. But yeah, I
Dude,
mean, there's just
two
so
birds
much
with a
content
feather.
out there that you can learn.
Yeah,
I think
thanks
that
to Harbor Freight, you can pick up some of the beginner stuff for relatively inexpensive.
I mean, that grinder I got for like $70 something and off of Amazon or something. So, and then the most expensive piece of equipment out there is probably my swag off-road table and it's that time of night, isn't it?
so. So do
Bad
you?
jokes, you mean? The bad jokes are always here if I'm here.
Yeah, it happens. It happens. Pretty soon, Metal Complex will end up, and it'll get nutsy. But that's part of it. That's part of it. It's also kind of a, what would you call it? Pocket Metal, like a psychological weekly issue dump.
Yeah,
for lack of a better
it's
term.
very. Everyone was asking like what was wrong with me if I was muted or something, because I'm just here for the bad jokes and the overall
Nothing wrong with
assholery.
that.
Yeah,
Go for
Pocket
it.
Metal is the one that we all try to trigger just so we can get some click loaders.
trying to get me to go off.
Yeah,
Oh,
exactly.
man.
Exactly.
I like your Goonie shirt though. We went to Astoria the other day. My family was in town. I live in Washington, but we drove down to Astoria to check out. They're trying to, the family that has the house now, they're trying to redo it back to the way it was in the movie. That was pretty cool.
I heard somebody was telling me that. That's cool.
They need to get it to where you can do tours of the house, because the house looked empty. Get that statue in there with the penis glued on upside down, because that's my mom's favorite part.
Yeah, they need to do that. Absolutely.
True, Kathleen.
Dude, it's hilarious. So yeah, it's very, the couple times I've been by there, there's always a few people hanging out in front of that place taking pictures and shit.
Yeah, I would just guess that, as popular as that movie is.
Yeah, it's awesome.
Yeah, it is. That is awesome.
Oh, man.
So since we've got Scott here, I've got one question, and then I'm gonna open it up to you. But I'm curious where is it?
I tried to get my sister to do the truffle shuffle. She was not having it. My sister came up to visit. I was like, get up there and do the truffle shuffle.
You can't come in the gate until you do it.
Exactly. I want them to have that whole like thing with the bowling ball and the fucking all that crazy shit out there. I forget what that's called.
Here's the question. Can y'all hear this?
In the event that there is a loss of cabin pressure, oxygen mask will drop from the overhead. Place the mask over your nose and mouth. Breathe normally as oxygen.
Did you hear that?
Yes, unfortunately.
Okay, good.
I mean, your special effects are working.
Dude, I've been with Rode, and no, they don't all work. They're about 40%. It's bizarre. It's bizarre. I buy this like interface, and it's nothing but a nightmare. It's like all I want to do is make a thing blow up when I say something or somebody says something stupid, like a or make my lightsaber come on. But you can't hear my lightsaber. That's the bad thing. You can hear. Let's see.
I'm gonna pay someone to go to your house and fucking steal that thing.
I don't blame you.
Where are you located at, Aries, by the way?
I'm in Florida, Orlando area.
I lived in Florida for the longest time. I always talk mad trash about Florida. Don't take it personal.
But you're not going to do it tonight because
it's deserved.
I just hate the place.
What
area of Florida? I was in Daytona Beach area. Horrible.
Well, yeah.
Horrible trash hole.
I will agree.
Clearwater's nice. Clearwater's not bad.
Yes. I'm in Orlando, and it's a melting
Orlando's
pot.
It's like one of those things. It's like can be fun. It can be like Grand Theft fucking Auto. It can be like, end of the world apocalypse, whatever. Orlando's got it all. You can watch people from England fucking getting jacked because they walk around looking like fucking the world's worst tourists with their Umbro shorts and neon shoes.
Yeah, looking like lobsters because they spent 10
Yeah,
minutes in the
exactly.
sun.
Never seen the sun a day in their life.
Or they have the swirl marks of sunscreen that are on them. It's like
Exactly.
tie-dye suntan.
Oh man,
Yeah.
you get in that loop off of like the I forget what the fuck that tourist trap loop is, where it just keeps circling you back through that road. I don't know if it's still like that, like over by Wet and Wild used to be and shit. That shit
Oh,
was
the
ridiculous.
International Drive area.
Yeah, it's fucking. It's
Yeah,
like
that
The
is
exit
ramps
here,
off
and then you
nightmare.
exit, and then it sends you right back through the fucking loop.
Dude, once you get into, because I mean, I probably shouldn't say this, but when we took my little brother in the late 80s, when my ex fiance and I took him, who was 5 years younger, to Disney, we decided we were going to try to enhance our trip chemically. So we started before we got there, and you
Was
get
it mushrooms or LSD?
it was actually at the time LSD, because this was when the Dead was touring. But the
Right,
bad thing
That's a
was,
much
as we go
longer.
in, they've got those signs that are kind of leading you. And I was thinking, man, where are we getting taken? So because your brain's throwing. And my little brother's in the back seat, all excited. I look over at my ex fiance; she's pale as a ghost. I can tell this is going to be interesting when we see 6 feet Mickey Mouses and shit. But it was also like 102 degrees, and it was just a
Oh,
wonderful
fucking
time. I'll never
dude,
forget it.
Discovery.
I will have that on my deathbed,
You're gonna
without a doubt.
die.
102 degrees with 102% humidity.
And so many people that are all kind of jockeying for position, it seemed like, for me, because I was like in a real low key mode, and my little brother was just wanting to do a few rides, and it was.
Javon drives back with the new brother.
Hey, Javon's turned over a new leaf. He's doing great.
That's why when someone said something about you making knives, I was like, dude, Javon does not need to get around industrial strength glue. He'll just be getting high in his garage and fucking.
No, well, I mean, like, I watched a video that Jason was doing where he was grinding a knife. I don't know if y'all saw this, but it slipped out of his hand. He was like holding it on a wheel, and it was a small one, and it slipped out of his hand and just happened to shoot into the trash can instead of shooting into his gut. But
Yeah,
I mean,
you got
that
to have
thing came
the
off, and it
grinder
was some
going the right way so
FPS.
it doesn't hit you.
Yeah, and I guess he did, because it didn't hit him. But it was one of those things that when you watch it, you're like, "Holy shit!" I mean, that's shrapnel.
You don't want that thing spinning towards you. You don't want to like lose a body part. You want it to fling it across your workshop.
What do you have to share, Scott? What would be the best way for these guys? But I mean, it sounds like subscribe to the YouTube channel to kind of keep up with what you're doing, and then
Yeah, sure.
follow Instagram to see when those books are going to open up, and then just get over there.
I got to say, as long as you can keep that going where you're like videoing every knife that you're making, that definitely like makes that experience and that for buying. Because I bought a knife from a dude that's from Poland, Trolski, and there's a video where it was just like a slideshow video of him making the knife that I have. And that makes it feel like that, like, hey, I got a little piece of his YouTube history, plus the knife that's a pain in the ass to get.
Yeah,
that's something
that's all my content really is. Me, as much as I liked folders and everything else, but
right,
that's all the content is me making. And not just that, but I'm also sharing pictures with those customers themselves, and they usually get the pictures of where I'm at before the videos come out. Sometimes that doesn't work out, but at least they're being kept up to date on what it was. Because one of the things that drove me into making was I asked somebody to make a design that I had created.
Right.
And he ghosted me, and he gave me a time frame. And after that time frame, I heard nothing. And then, I finally was hunting him down, and he just ghosted me. And he finally was like, yeah, I have the knife, but my leather worker's out of town, and blah, blah, blah. And I'm just like, dude, what's going on with this knife? And he sent me the knife. It was nothing like what my design was.
Oh yeah, that's a very sad experience.
And this is the design, and I actually sent it to him. He had this wooden blank. And
it came back looking nothing like that.
Yeah, and it really, it was similar, but nothing really. And it was just,
right.
It was a POS. And so I found out about stock removal, and then I was like, okay, well, I'm going to do it. And I jumped into it and did my own knife. And
So here's a question
it's
for you.
been-
If someone were to send you a knife, like a design, a drawing, anything, do you still, because of your experience where you tried to get that, is that something you're interested in taking on?
I have done it on many occasions.
Does it drive you nuts?
I've done it several times. I need to slow down doing it because those designs turn out to be, those people have been nice enough to say, hey, I have this idea. What do you think? And then I kind of draw out some ideas,
Right,
and we
right.
come up with something, or something like what a model of mine called the Yokdo.
Right.
This guy is in Germany and he does leather art, but he drew up this design, got an acrylic blank. I don't have the clear acrylic, and he sent it to me from Germany. And so I've been making that knife, and he's given me his blessing and said, do it with whatever you want to do with it. That's your design now,
Right, right.
blah, blah, blah. And so I ran with it.
So will you do it as a one-off? Like, let's say I design something, I send it to you, and I say, hey, here's the thing though. Don't be making this shit for other people.
That's fine. I'm cool with it.
I'm just throwing out, you know.
You have to be patient. I would think that if he's working,
yeah, for sure. You know, it's
it would
I'm
be a
not, like,
different game. And I know you are. I'm
that's
just saying, I
always
would think
the
that the
fear
lead
of
time would be
someone,
longer.
because I that's what I do. I design shit for a living. So that's one of my fears is like, hey, I give someone something that's like, you know, hey, this is something that I want made because I ain't got time for making shit. And then they make it and someone sees the video and it's like, I want that also. And then, you know, there goes you having something
Pocket
original.
Metal's very much a intellectual property policeman in a good way. So he loves
Sure.
the uniqueness of the art and wants it to stay that way. And it sounds like you know, if things worked out, that could be something that might be possible.
I'm
But Scott,
I'm open
Go
and
ahead.
honest with anybody. So most people have reached out. Like, I don't know, you guys, I don't know if he's in here, but Tim B, he shot me some ideas and then we came up with that design.
Right.
I drew it out. He gave me some ideas. But he has given me the blessing to make that whatever you want.
I love that
And
that
then
thumb rest. It looks like a thick
Father
taut
or
blade.
Cheeto he sent me, and people have sent me ideas and I've shot them down and been like, you know, that's not really my style. But then there's designs that I get that I'm like, that could be intriguing. Like that Yokdo, that one guy sent it to me and I was like, that kind of fits into my wheelhouse because my personal preference on a knife is 3 inches and under and can be easily carried EDC without being intrusive.
Right.
Do you typically carry your EDC fixies as your primary knife, or do you carry them as a enhancement?
I always scout carry on the front, so it's whatever the cutting task is, and then
But you're not carrying a folder also, so you're carrying your EDC fixie as your knife, which I could see how. I mean, I do overkill because I do knife reviews, but I could see how the fixed blade, even though they might not be as flashy or as fun, they're very functional.
Most people probably don't need anything more than a very simple, like small knife. Like I've joked around saying that this knife is all anyone ever really needs. You know, it's got like I don't know, like barely a 1 inch, you know what I mean? Little fucking, you could throw this in your fifth pocket. It's not getting in the way of anything. And it'll, you know, rip open packages and all that other jazz that everyone's like, oh, I gotta cut packages and this and that. Like, as long as you're not like cutting cardboard for a living.
Ripping down a Christmas worth of Amazon boxes.
And there's people that have jobs where they need a hard use working
for sure
tool. Or if you are an outdoorsman or anything, you might need one for that particular going camping or hunting, whatever.
Right.
I agree with you on a daily basis.
Yeah. I sit at a desk all day. I never need to have 90% of the knives that I have for opening a bag of fucking chips or whatever the fuck, a loaf
Yeah.
of bread or whatever the
That's
fuck.
gorgeous. That's like a wooden
Something-
handle, right?
Something
So
like
where
that.
do you get your Damascus from? Straight out of
This-
Pakistan or?
This I sourced this from Alabama, Damascus. So I got a bar from them at a
Nice.
show. And this is my personal little blade that I usually have on me. But something that size, that's going to open any package, cut some rope, do whatever the
Save your
regular
Slurpee if
task
you
is.
need it to, heaven forbid.
Oh man.
It's there. And then you brought up, something like this, that's for me, EDCing that is ridiculous. That's just way too big, but that's just my personal preference. But
I agree.
there's
It's
people that do. There's people that do. And that is big. Was Maddie still in here? Because that's his.
I don't know.
Well,
I
yeah,
think people
Maddie's
only
got-
cut cardboard just to do it.
For
Like,
Maddie, that knife will be probably scale to you and I carrying a bloom. Literally, because he's got a big hand, right? But that knife
He
also
had that
looks like,
bloom in his hand. So
oh, I know. He's the one that sent it to me.
yeah.
But he was telling, or
he's here.
there he is.
Present and accounted for.
Presence.
He's working.
Here you go,
But I
Maddie.
think
I'm
that
working
would
on
actually
it, buddy.
translate into a smaller knife.
He's probably
I love the
wrestling two
shape.
small children right now while trying to type.
Trying to get him to bed.
Microfaction, mini-faction. Team Eli.
But yeah, I mean, and then like
This
my
is just
biggest
rude.
model that I have is this.
Uh,
That's the biggest one
Ooh,
that I have.
that
and that
kind of
was just a
reminds
fun
me. It
project.
doesn't look like
so
it.
what's the blade length on that? 4 inches?
Yeah, let me look.
I'm just throwing out a number because you said you normally are under like around 3 to.
Yeah, it's about
I think
4 1/4.
Ooh, dang!
Yeah,
That's bad. That's not bad at all. Like I
No,
think I one of my
it's
knives
thin.
that I use a lot is around that size.
That's one that's about that size.
yeah. But for me, that's just a really big knife. I mean, I don't know. Actually, Bluminati is the only one. That model is called the Crow. I've only made one, and he has it. So, yeah, the Crow.
Well, how did a lot of these guys find you? Have you just been active? Because literally, I'm late to the game, but I'm guilty of not consuming a lot of knife content. I try to stay active in the community, and I've always been aware of you, but I didn't realize that you were making knives until probably 5 months ago.
And that's kind of everybody right now. It's like I just kind of inserted myself into the community, and then some of the guys started subscribing to my channel, and then they started spreading the word of what I was doing. I sent KC at Knives Fast. I sent him a model called the Rock Hopper.
He's I watched his
at.
video. Yeah,
The
he loves
blue
it.
one. Jim Miller owns that knife now, and then that kind of
He ordered a custom. It's going to be called the Hot Wheel.
he has a rock hopper. He has the fat carbon frost rock hopper. And then Stasa bought a pedal from me off of Etsy, and he talked about it there. And then it's just kind of like the word just started to spread. So
Stasa's the best. Stasa is not only credible, but he puts knives through their paces. And if he loves your knives, he loves your knife, right? He does.
yeah, he has the
We got
pedal.
some Tri-State people
Real
coming in
small.
here. Guys, I appreciate you coming in. Please check the link at the top of the page for Aries EDC. Scott, the gentleman that's joined us, who makes these awesome EDC fixies. And subscribe to his YouTube channel. Find him on Instagram. I'm very, very impressed. Welcome, people.
Maddie.
But yeah, I mean, you've got the right people, I think, with Stasa. Do you know Jared Neves?
Yeah, I mean, I know his channel, obviously,
Yeah.
but I don't.
But again, you
It's
want to
not
keep
like
your
I've sent
growth
them.
organic, it sounds like. You don't want it to just drive you crazy with people saying win, 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 win all the time.
I think honestly, I'm at a good place right now with being busy. That bloom is going to go to a couple more people, so it's going to be highlighted on their channels in one way or the other. It's going to go to Bluminati, and I think Casey said Zach. I know Zach said from Zach's stuff said he would be interested in seeing it too. So
Yeah, Maddie, I've got Zach's address, so you need to get me Bluminati's address, brother. Or we go to Zach, because I'm going to review it this weekend.
yeah. So
I have solid feelings about it.
thank you.
I'm gonna
But
cut a
yeah,
little
I think
bamboo
right now,
tomorrow.
as
Oh,
far
Jason's
as
here.
Yep, I'm
as
gonna bring
far as
Jason
being
up and
busy,
introduce you guys. What's going on, Jason? Can you hear us?
Yeah, dude, I got it on the first try this time.
You did. I want to introduce you to somebody. This is Scott at Aries EDC at the top right.
Hi.
This is
What's
Jason
up,
Grant,
man?
the other maker
How's
I
it
was
going?
talking to you about.
Good.
Awesome.
I got out of going to the jacuzzi with the wife and kid. I'm stoked.
Oh no, that sounds like you chose the lesser of or the worst of the evils there.
I can't do it, man. We got
Michael,
a new
they
dog.
do. I put an ulti clip on the one I'm trying out.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, that was something they had mentioned earlier, so I just wanted to highlight that as well. But yeah,
Jason's got some cool news with some stuff he's going to be starting to use.
Oh yeah, I got some Magna Cut blanks, water jet cut for me. So I can do, like the knives I was doing before, but in Magna Cut. And then I got these cool little 4-inch guys.
That's what I was talking about, Scott, how the blade gives you the flexibility to cut it the way you want.
Yeah, it cutting the profile, it sucks. It's time consuming, and it's just easier to have them water jet, or some guys have them laser cut, but I like them water jet cut because the blade steel never gets overheated, with the water. So
they're Magna Cut. You've got the S35 too, right?
yeah, the small ones are S35, and then the bigger guys are Magna Cut.
Are you heat treating those yourself?
Yeah. I have a Paragon heat treating oven, and all the disco shit.
It's got the good stuff. The liquid nitrogen and everything else.
Yeah, I just use dry
ice.
Yeah, dry ice is what I would use. Yes, for Magna Cut. Yeah. My friend though I don't know anything about the cryo shit yet. But one of my buddies works with that stuff. I don't know anything about it. I just know he has these like tank things that I can get for free. So that's cool. Yeah. I just have to learn how to use it, right? I don't know. I've never done that, so I don't know.
That sounds like you could lose a limb.
The tempering process of having like a dewar with the liquid nitrogen in it and soaking those blades in there for a certain period of time to get the good temper. And that's where you're getting your good HRCs with those type of steels. Because I have worked with Magna Cut a little bit. But I do everything. I do all the cutting and shaping and everything myself. So
yeah, I might on these ones just because I've worked with Magna Cut a few times, just making one-offs. I might have my buddy heat treat these ones for me because he gets insane HRCs. Like he's really good at he's got it down. So I might have him do this run of them,
Awesome.
I've never heard of this. Have you guys? This is a thing pretty fun. Liquid sand heat treating. What the hell is liquid sand? Not just mud. What the hell is liquid
No,
sand?
it sounds like it's probably crystallized more, or it's more like glassy, like
it's
hot
quicksand.
Is that so? I think it's like you're heating up the blade, but instead of using a quenching oil, you're using the sand to do the quenching. Is that what he's talking about? I think I've seen it. I would never try it, but I've seen it.
That is right. I mean, technically.
Well, I mean, when sand gets heated up, it turns to glass, like when lightning strikes it. But if it's I don't. Liquid sand just sounds like a day at the beach.
Really
And
a
then
little
everyone
dry.
went quiet.
It's
Yeah, I
really
don't,
dry because I
I
was
don't
thinking
know.
about that, trying to wrap my head around it, and I rarely argue with you, but I'm just not going to take that side. Sand is dry even if you dig it up from the ocean floor. So Jason, so what's the plan with the little the 4-inch and the 5-inch? You're going to try to get those?
Yeah, I'm gonna I don't know. I'll probably ask you guys, try to do 3 or 4 different blade shapes, and then I'll just do, 5 or 10 of each. And then, I'm going to try to make like a little drop, I'm
Yeah,
going to do
that's a good 4-inch size right there. I think that shape.
I'm definitely going to do something like that. And then maybe a little drop point, maybe something like that shape, like just simple, pokey,
Yeah,
That's just, I made this today, just a little one with my leftover PC board.
that's pretty cool. I saw
Yeah,
Doom got one of those, and I love that shape. That's my favorite of your drop point, little pokey point shapes. I've got one like that in a chisel.
And then I did a little fatty cleaver, Warren Cleaver-ish, super deep hollow grind on this guy.
I'm so confused by this statement. What the fuck is? I've never watched this. What the hell does this mean? Sweet Home Alabama. What the fuck is going on here? Sorry to take over this whole discussion about making shit. I'm just so fucking confused right now. Sweet Home Alabama. Huh? I'm gonna have to look into that.
Hey, do you have the knife your buddy made?
Yeah, that's the one we're looking at right here. You talking about the one that Aries made?
Yeah, can I see it again?
Yeah, you want
that's
to make it
cool.
big? You want me to make it big?
I like that.
And I pinned Jason his
can
YouTube.
you real quick?
Yeah, I pinned his YouTube channel at the top of the chat. I don't know if you can even see the chat.
Okay.
But he does all his bills and glue ups and stuff like that. He kind of shows it all on the channel. This one's acid etched. He does also belt satin.
Right. Oh, that's cool. I like the bead. I like it. Oh man, that's so cool. Yeah.
Yeah, I'll make it small and make him big and let him show you some others that are.
That's rad, man. I really like it. I want to do that too. On this next batch, I'm going to make some little matching beads, some little coffin shaped beads,
You were talking about that. The coffin hole, if you see that in the weight relief.
Yeah.
Jason's jam. Oh, that's a beauty. Blood tiger, right? Or tiger blood?
That's the Bengal tiger Kieranite scales.
Bingo, yeah.
It's not that. What's that guy? Tiger blood? Fucking the guy that got AIDS.
Oh, that's nice.
Charlie Sheen.
Time before that.
Winning.
Hashtag winning. I'm not bipolar by winning. I'm winning now and I'm winning
I'm
later.
the one drinking, not you.
Hey, do you make your own beads? Do you make your own beads?
Yeah.
Cool. Yeah, I want to do something similar to that. I really like the little beads, the way they look when they match. It's very cool, man.
Like the one Javon has is a 2-part. Actually,
it's got the same flame in it.
2 pieces of Kieranite with G10 in the middle, and I just glued it all up and did that.
Nice. Yeah, I like that. Very cool.
So you have a little lathe or something for that, right?
Yes.
I turn my Dremel tool into a lathe, and then I just use it that way. So anyway,
it works.
I like the claw.
Yeah, this one was an interesting build. So I don't know if you guys have heard of Simple Little Life.
Yeah. I watch a bunch of his videos.
He did that build along kind of challenge with the other makers, and this was the shape that he kind of came up with. And I was like, man, I don't know if I could do that on my little grinder. And
you did
but I was able to actually do that shape and get it sharpened and everything else. So
very cool.
Yeah, that was a fun build.
I didn't like the curved blades, like I don't know if you call it a talon or a hook, but man, after making a couple, these things work really good, man, for boxes and shit. The way the cardboard falls into the center of the concave, you know what I mean?
Yep.
And for
I love this
straps,
thing.
popping straps.
I never
love
liked
this
them
thing.
until I made one and started using it. Now I really
But both
do
of
like
y'all look very, what would I call it? Mild, where they look sharpenable to me, where they don't look intimidating.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I don't try to do too much.
Yeah, I think too much when you start to get like karambit hooking in
Yeah.
there, it gets too much.
I
Comments are going out of control now.
did
You
this
guys
little
need to go hose off your asses.
You're gonna start now. You have two knife makers going back and forth now, so we're gonna start talking our own language.
Listen, I'm glad that it's
that's how we learn.
staying, you know. At first, I was like, Javon is really testing the waters, bringing on two knife makers at one time. Like, what a way to fucking
We're all a community.
throw a wrench
The way
in
I
this
look
whole
at
thing.
it, what does they say? All rising water lifts all boats. I'm a big believer in that. And I'll look at these guys in two totally different verticals selling cool American-made shit.
I like talking to knife makers. I don't have any friends that are knife makers except literally you guys. That's it. I don't know anyone that makes knives. You know, like
we just make problems in toilets according to the chat over here.
But yeah, you guys can share. That's what's cool about it is there's such a good community of makers, and the ones I've met, and I'm sure there are a lot of them that aren't wanting to share what they do. But it seems like you were telling me, Jason, some of your heat treating tricks you've gotten from another maker, you know, who seems very more than willing to help you out to make your stuff better.
Yeah, there's been some really cool guys, man, that have given me some tips. You guys heard of oh man, what's it called? Oh, I can't think of it. I'm sorry, I'm brain dead. Scorpion 6. What's his name? I think his name is Shane, maybe. Anyways, the guy from Scorpion 6 has given me some real good nuggets, man, on heat treating and stuff, especially with stainless. Yeah, it's cool. I've actually had knife makers though. I've like asked too many questions and I think I annoyed them and they like blocked me on social media. Yeah. Like I'm like the fucking weird.
Like it's their special secret sauce, and you're asking what the ingredients for making KFC or some shit is.
And I'm asking them basic stuff I could probably look up, but you know, everyone has their own special way, and I mean.
And you want to network and make relationships too. It's not just about picking brains. It's about meeting people that do what you do and share the passion.
I haven't experienced that at all. Like I've been
sorry about that, folks.
I was like, am I about to explode here? What's going on?
Possibly. We don't know yet.
I have a pretty good community, I guess. Well, even on Instagram, but most of the people that I reached out to have been very positive.
Oh yeah,
here it is.
98% for sure.
I started talking to a guy who lives near where I live, and he invited me to this barbecue that he was having, and he had a bunch of other makers coming out. And this is a funny story because this was kind of what got me into small fixed blades is the CRKT minimalist. And we were chilling out, just all sitting around. And of course, people start pulling out knives and sharing it and passing them around. And then I'm sitting next to this guy. He pulls out a little folder and he's like, yeah, I made this like a long time ago. And I open the blade and I look at it and it says Foltz on it. And I kind of look at the blade. I'm like, holy shit, it's Alan Foltz. I'm sitting next to Alan Foltz, you know, the designer of the CRKT minimalist.
Yeah.
And he's like the coolest guy. And he's inviting me to come over he can show me how to make folders. And I'm like, oh, geez. So it was.
I think it's so great for people to share a craft that is not being taught really anywhere except from the community doing it, showing it and sharing it. And YouTube, I think, like you said, and I think Jason will agree, makes it more resourceful. I know it does for me as a hack guitar player to be able to go out and watch shit that I used to could not see 15 years ago. Right. So I think the fact that I think it's up to you guys the ones that get along, to make sure that the younger guys continue to carry forward the tradition where it's not all just imported stuff.
And like I said, like, and I haven't run into a lot of people who weren't like very helpful with any questions, and they've been like, hey, please, if you get stuck on anything, ask me. So I
That's because
have
Jason looks
4 or
like a
5 people
troublemaker.
that I can go talk to.
Right.
That's great. Well, I'm sure Jason would love to shoot brain stuff with you anytime.
Oh yeah,
I'm always, I don't know how much help I can do, but I will certainly try.
yeah.
Jeffrey, who's Blessed Knives? I'm not sure I'm familiar with them, but I'll pull them up.
Heard of that before.
Grumpy just had him on his show this week.
I'm always out when he starts. I miss him. I try to listen sometimes, but I hate what even I say. I'll creep, but I hate to say that I'm in there listening because then I can't say hey to people.
Sounds too close to a religious thing for me. I have to bow out of that one.
No post yet. BLESS Knives.
BLESS, yeah.
This Knives.
There he is. Does he make folders? I thought Grumpy brought Fixie Guys on. I don't think this is it. Is that him? I don't
No
think
idea.
so.
I mean, it definitely says blessed.
Yeah,
I
that
mean, it
was
looked
him.
like it did when you were up there for a minute.
Oh, so he does make folders? Those are pretty sweet.
Yeah, that's him.
Oh, those are nice.
Maddie said that's him. So
I'll show you a guy I haven't met yet, but I reviewed one of his knives, and he lives just right over in Jackson, Tennessee, but I can't remember his name. What is it? Fuck. Here he is. Have y'all heard of this guy, Simon Custom Knives?
No.
not a clue.
He makes, and he also licenses. This is the one I
Oh yeah,
reviewed.
you had
Oh,
those
cool.
on.
Yeah, he's a small maker over in Jackson, and his
He holds
grinds are
Spyderco.
CNC, but they're really, really weird. See how they're diagonal?
Do they go long ways?
They go diagonally, dude. So they follow kind of the Tanto. See how they go at a diagonal down the blade, and on the swedge too. They go that way.
Let's see it.
Let me see if I can just show you the
The light
picture.
has to
Hold
hit
on.
it just right for it to. But it
See
looks
right
kinda
there.
cool. I can see it.
See how it's going this way, and then your swedge is coming this way.
That's cool. I like it when makers do different textures in
The
their
weird
knives.
thing is,
Kyle,
all
as a
of
professional knife sharpener, says that plunge still sucks.
yeah, it does. Well, it's a Spyderco. You know, he licenses the hole, and he does the
Not
whole.
the hole,
no
the
chip.
plunge.
I know the plunge is weak.
hates
There
that.
is no plunge.
He hates that. There's no sharpening choil.
Zero,
So,
but you could cut one in. I checked it. I didn't tell A to Z because he'll never use his, right? This is his. It's got those polished holes. But yeah, there's just so many talented people, and that's why I think it's cool. Most of them seem to get along, and I think that the best way to progress is doing your craft is collaborating and learning from other people.
You have to. Because there's
All the
always
times
something
that-
that you're stuck on that somebody knows a trick or a hack for. And it's
Yeah, because
just
you're not the
hard to
first
learn.
guy that's been stuck with it, right? It's come up before.
Yeah, no. So, like, there's so many different little things that I've learned from just people like, hey, try this. And I'm like, why didn't I think of that? That's so simple. And it makes such a big difference.
That's too cool.
Yep. Yeah. Custom folders is a whole another ball game.
Oh yeah.
It is. It is. I think
it's gnarly. I've tried to make a couple, started them, and they're still sitting in my toolbox. Yeah,
but you designed a couple of killer ones.
Yeah, but designing one and making one are two totally different animals. You could design a knife, you know.
Nah, I don't even have that talent. I would never try to bring a knife to market.
But yeah, the actually putting one together, and I mean, on fixed blades you can be off, you know, a couple thou here, a couple there, but on a folder, I mean, it's like there's no room for error. So I have a lot of respect for people that make folders because it's really hard to do, you know.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and especially like I don't know what it was about that semen or however you pronounce it. Semen sounds like semen, so I don't think that's right.
Semen
But
does sound like semen. You are correct there.
Simon or whatever his name is.
Here
But
comes the
it
chat.
it was the plunge grind trial did suck, but the spider hole was small and it was snappy and it dropped very controlled. It was just super, super nice. It felt where a lot of custom knives feel. I'm trying to think of a euphemistic way. They don't feel bad, but this one felt very refined.
This comment's coming into more light right there, right now. Fucking shit. Listen, this is why, you know, people are here.
Jason, is those two that you had up today, did they sell?
No. Oh, yeah. So Instagram, I'm sure you guys know, dude, my last few posts, like I don't have that many followers, but like usually I get, you know, 100 or so likes. Dude, I think I posted one of these earlier today and there's like 8 likes, dude. And like,
are you doing the same thing as Giovanni was doing? Did you make yourself a creator account?
oh, I don't think I did.
Okay, because that's Giovanni. I use a personal account and I haven't had any problems. And then I saw Giovanni was complaining about it, and so I told him, I was like, dude, I just checked it. I switched mine to a creator's account, instantly got flagged, wasn't allowed to be seen by anyone that wasn't following me. And then I switched it back, and then the problem that it went away. The check marks, the orange check marks gone. I'm not saying that's the end all to be all like problem fixes.
Sure.
But for small people, I would just go with you know,
because you can still sell your site. You can still promote your stuff. And I did the same thing. So I went in after talking to Pocket Metal this afternoon, changed mine to my personal account, and my orange check marks went away.
Yeah, and you had like 5 flags, right? Like,
well, that's what they do. They have 5, and then you go and you appeal those, and they deny your appeal. Then you delete those 5. Then it takes 24 hours. They clear out. You go look at your account, and it's flagged again, and they pick the next 5. And they have like 3,500 of mine to go through, and I got tired of it.
Yeah, I have to delete pictures they flag every morning.
Well, I did one yesterday just to test it. I did this knife, and I just held it out to show the body. And then at the very end, I gave it one of these, like for less than a second. I mean, much shorter than that, and it got flagged.
Isn't it weird? They'll flag pictures that you posted 6 months ago.
Oh, yeah. It's crazy. And they all look the same. Like I've been doing this forever. But the trick is, if you don't care about outsiders not seeing your stuff and you share each other's stuff, you don't ever have to remove those posts. But you can't grow an audience.
Yeah.
Which I don't care about. I just got tired of fighting the power.
So just put it as a personal account?
I switched. I was personal, switched to a creator account just to test it. Instantly got flagged, and then switched back that night, and it went away. The flag went away.
And my
I didn't appeal it. I didn't do anything, and that seemed to fix the issue.
The only reason I originally switched to a creator account was because I wanted to learn about the analytics, because that's my professional job, is digital marketing. But I noticed right away that I was getting a lot less views. I was getting a lot less engagement once I went to a creator account. So I switched back once before, and I noticed that I'd get views again. But then I went back to the creator account, not because I wanted to be a creator. I just wanted to have the analytics so I could see which posts were performing.
The thing is they assume that if you're doing the creator account is that you want to get monetized, and they don't want to give you money if they don't think that they like your shit.
Yeah.
as far as the
Well,
kind
the
of
one good thing that came out of it, do y'all know Valley Girl Vixen?
not a clue.
Do y'all follow her? She's an Instagram influencer. And she saw
pretty
one of my posts and messaged me. She's dealing with the same thing. And she's one that just, you know, she lives in California and she'll just post like a Spyderco or a Kaiser. Kyle
See,
Coonley, no, I'm not.
this is what people keep forgetting is this is a private company we're dealing with. This has nothing
Absolutely.
to do with freedom of speech or any of the other shit. This is like
They're protecting their
going
ad
to a
revenue. They
grocery
want
store
to
and they don't,
appeal.
you know.
They want to appeal to more advertisers than
Yeah, for
anybody
sure.
else.
It's like Disney or something like that. You know, if they say no, then that's all it is. That's that you can go somewhere else. You don't have to use their their product. So, and like I said, I don't get flagged as long as I'm not using a creator account, which I'm nowhere near 10,000 followers. Anyways, what the fuck? I'm not a creator.
Where'd
I
my
randomly
phone go?
post
I'm
shit
curious if I've gotten
every
flagged
couple weeks.
again. Let's see if I'm still clear.
I am. Last I checked.
Let's see.
I mean, I've never had a problem until I turned into a creator.
Oh, I'm gonna have
Green.
to edit mine.
All green. So there you have it.
All green.
Exactly. So, you know, it's just and like I said, I have no idea. I did a test subject of 1 today with Javon to see if that's what would fix it. I tried it on myself, then told him my, you know, fucking results, and he had the same thing. So
Look what appeared in Shane's feed just now.
Oh, that's okay.
well, I mean,
I don't have a
once
problem
again,
with it.
so if you look at other countries show nudity with reckless abandon because it's just a human body. The fact that you know, people are so uptight about clothing in the United States is just because some kind of religious problem or some bullshit. If you're not, you know, held back by some sort of ridiculous bullshit like that, then seeing a lady's boob, really, what the fuck? You see men's boobs all the time. That's just becomes a sexist point of view. Then at that point, anyways,
I think
there's
ladies'
a huge
boobs are
difference
so
between
much
a
nicer.
body, which is automatically you were born naked. You're not born with a fucking full body covering, right? So it's stupid to get upset about fucking. I'm not saying full on porn here, but if you see a naked person walking around, well, fuck, that's just the way it is. That's like getting upset because a flower doesn't have a fucking t-shirt on. I mean, it's stupid.
That's a good
There's a big
analogy,
difference
actually.
between so what something you'd consider a weapon and the human body. There's a reason why you go to Italy and the statue of David is straight up penis out.
Mateo, are you
They
in
didn't put a
here?
fucking pair of underwear on him, am I right? It's fucking 10 feet tall, 2-inch penis. That being said, all this penis talk, I do have to go to the bathroom, so I'll be right back.
Howdy, Ansler. Good to see you, buddy. I'm loving and digging the fixed blades you got coming out, or it's out now, I guess. Inbomb, there he is. All right, buddy. Let me drop you. You can post your links now, my brother from another mother. If any of you all need to be mods because you want to post your links and you don't want to abuse your power and put people in timeout, because I will take it away, let me know.
What blade shape should I do for the little 4-inch guys? What do you guys think?
I
What's
like the little, you know, my preference is that little cleaver with the tip,
Okay.
but that's just one.
Right. Yeah, I want to do like 3 or 4. Cleavers one, maybe a little warning, right?
I love a little warning.
Little warning. I probably won't do a sharpening choil on these 4-inch ones because they're so small already. So I'll do a little drop point, the cleaver.
Mimo, you're wrenched.
Javon, what's your name again? The knife maker man?
Scott.
Scott. Okay, Scott.
Yeah.
I won't forget it now, Scott.
That's good. No, you're good, man. Aries EDC or Scott, either one. I don't care.
Scott, okay.
I'm gonna have to do that on my phone. I don't know how to do that on the computer.
Mimo Giovannis. Oh Jesus! What did I knock over? Oh, it's knocked over something on my desk. Giovanni's still afraid of the wrenches. I don't think he re-wrenched anyone.
No, I'm re-wrenching people that are asking for them now.
Okay, I saw Mimo post wrench me.
Louis, I'm wrenching you, but I just I don't think anybody. And today, Jim Miller, I'm still trying to figure out what he was talking about in Aries' stream this morning. I didn't know if you were banned in my channel. I don't know how to check if anybody's banned.
No, I did that.
I wonder how I do that. I wonder if I can go up.
Speaking of nudity, I would really like if YouTube would crack down on Shane's nipples because I'm tired of looking at those nasty fucking things when I'm trying to eat on Sunday.
You know, I kind of enjoy his small manly nipples.
And see, that's the thing. Like everyone's got their own view on Shane's nipples. It kind of makes me want to vomit while I'm trying to eat dinner, but whatever.
And it's not a fetishy thing. It's just a kind of a confidence thing. I think he exudes confidence when he does that.
I don't know if that's what that is.
They're like 12-year-old boy nipples. They're tiny.
I think he needs to get a nipple transplant personally. We should start a GoFundMe to get Shane some new nipples. Those
well,
things
you got to
like
remember, Shane's
rough times.
Shane's in early stages of transitioning.
Oh, fucking Christ.
Greg Maroney, what's up, brother? Jim Miller, I'm going to make you a mod, buddy, because you're not a mod. Hold on. Where's my other chat? I hate trying to work two chats and have
This is what I'm saying right here. I just saw this. I'm offended when I'm nude. I stay fully clothed all the time.
Me too.
Not me.
I don't want to see myself naked. Plus, it's it's still kind of somewhat chilly up here. So, Yeah. I'm walking around today with no socks on, which is unheard of for me.
Oh, I never take my socks off.
Dude, I'm always wearing socks and shoes until I go to bed. I have two cats. They like their main hobby is vomiting all over the fucking floors and me accidentally stepping in it. So fucking bastards in their hairballs.
No, Mark, we're not. We're just joking with Shane.
Oh man. So for those of you, there's a funny fucking on Reservation Dogs thing about socks during sex. So go watch Reservation Dogs on Hulu. That show is fucking amazing. It's like season 2 or season 3. I don't know which season it is, but it's good.
I cannot get out of the YouTube ecoverse.
Dude, there's a problem that you have.
There's a huge problem. Hey, did y'all see Conor McGregor's press conference this morning on Sports Illustrated?
No, is it for his fight with Mike Tyson? I don't know how to feel about that.
No. Conor McGregor is in Roadhouse. He's in Roadhouse with.
That new.
Just watched it.
It's supposed to be great. I got great reviews, but check this out.
I am currently. We started the old one last night with Patrick Swayze. Rewatching it. It's a fucking classic. It's like everything from the 80s. Stop trying to remake that shit. It still holds up.
And that's what everybody said.
Jake Gyllenhaal looks like he's fucking riding the short bus from MMA. I don't know what the fuck this guy thinks. He's not a tough guy. He's a fucking jagweed. So
I just watched it an hour ago with my wife. It is nothing like the original. The original is it was all right.
Did you not like it?
The original is fucking awesome.
The original is, yes, it's one of my favorite movies.
So check this out. So he's been up for like 3 days. He's been on this press tour.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. He is like, dude, I've been there. But let me get to it. Hold on.
Absolutely. Everyone getting all bent out of shape that it went straight to fucking streaming. I heard that the special effects in it were fucking horrible. I'm going to watch it after I finish rewatching.
You gotta watch it. They called it an overdose on camera. Let's go to that one. Check this out. You don't see something awkward as shit, and I can't play
right there. You sir, no Patrick Swayze.
I can't play the audio, but Jake Gyllenhaal is very articulate, and Connor can't even talk. But watch him tweaking.
Listen, Jake Gyllenhaal reminds me of when the guy from The Office thought he was going to be a military tactical guy, and that shit just is ridiculous.
They talked about his blade.
Jim Halpert. That guy's nothing more than a fucking Jim Halpert with a beard.
Dude, what's wrong with that guy? How much freaking...
Dude, he's been doing it for 3 days. They said.
It's on that meth Marley.
Well, they say his is the more expensive brand.
Oh, right. Yeah.
This comment right here.
And that's allegedly the reason that the UFC's having a hard time committing to bringing him back to UFC 300.
What did I miss?
On my story today.
That girth.
And I know this isn't knife related, but it's too damn good not to. I can't get to my story.
Dude, how you gonna remake so many things that it's ridiculous? Make a new movie, fucking jackasses. Stop remaking shit. It's fucking sad.
Have some original ideas.
I heard the fight scenes were real good, and I heard Conor McGregor was real good in it. Was that just like what you would call propaganda?
Listen, there's a difference. So, like the Fly movie that we all love with Jeff Goldblum, technically a remake. If you watch the original one, you'll see why that's an acceptable remake. The original Fly, black and white, where it looks like a actual housefly has got a dude's head glued to it flying around. That movie needed a remake. But anything from the 80s forward, stop fucking remaking it. It's not necessary.
Because it was done good for the first time.
Yeah, it was like remaking the fucking, it'd be like remaking the Goonies. Come the fuck on.
Oh, no, don't do that.
That shit's fucking so good, right? Like, and when they tried to redo the Ghostbusters, the special effects were so. I fell asleep 3 to 4 times trying to.
What about
I wanted
the one
to think
with all
it was,
the girls? That one sucked,
dude. Well, that's the thing. Like, I'm not a hater because of that reason. I tried to watch it. I was like, I'm gonna watch this movie. 4 times I fell asleep. I couldn't make it through the movie.
It just sucked. I mean, the fact that it was girls is whatever, but yeah, it just was bad.
I didn't know they did remakes of Police Academy. I rewatched the first one again. That shit's fucking hilarious. The old school,
I can't find my story.
Beetlejuice 2.
Beetlejuice is an extension.
Yeah.
So it's not a remake. It's what happened. Like, so I watched it. I was fully against it. Personally, that girl that's in it, that they remade Wednesday. As far as I'm concerned, Christina Ricci is Wednesday forever.
Yeah.
I grew up with those Addams Family movies, so that's my version of Wednesday. But Winona Ryder's going to be like the mom or whatever, and she's so
He was great on Stranger Things. I was really impressed with Winona on Stranger Things.
Yes.
I thought she did a great job.
Yes.
I can't find my story because I can't show y'all what I wanted to show you. Yeah,
what did you say she did a great job on?
Stranger Things. Her role on Stranger Things. Do you remember that?
Oh, yeah. I love Stranger Things.
Yeah, me too. Sure. I mean, I thought she did a really good job. That was the first movie or show I'd seen her in since her Troubles.
Yeah. Dude, come on. She didn't have trouble. She's just a rich person that's bored.
Yeah.
She got to get a little fucking, excitement in her life. Shoplifting. It's not that big of a deal. It's not like she was out fucking killing people or some bullshit or
true.
drunk and wrecking into buildings like fucking, what's that guy that sings the shitty songs and dates supermodels?
God, that's a loaded question.
Piano. I forget his name. He's always drunk and wrecking his cars into people's houses.
There was this great meme. I can't find it. I'll show y'all this, and then I'll quit doing this. But I find this fascinating. You're with me, Pocket Metal.
Yeah, Robin Williams is Popeye. Robin Williams is Popeye. Is fucking best.
You got in store, baby. You got to face the God of War. Get ready, baby. Fire in the house.
Is this a new video? They were replaying old ass videos.
No, these are all new.
If this is new, then yeah, that guy's fucked.
Dude, these are all like right now. This is day 3.
There's no way in hell. If I saw Mike Tyson, I'd be yes, sir. Can I get you served right away, sir? Please put some lube on my asshole before you fuck me, sir.
I love that one. Day 3, you still want to fuck with me? Because
Yeah.
they say that Mike Tyson, they said there was some video, and it was this guy, the sportscaster said, and they were showing the training, and it said this isn't what should make Jake Paul nervous. This is what should. And it shows an interview he was doing last year with Sports Illustrated, and he starts crying because he's changed, but he misses the savage in him, and he feels like he
And
just
if all
wants
else
more
fails,
time.
he'll bite your face off. So
Dude, he's gonna punch Jake Paul, and it's gonna be lights out.
Haven't
So what
seen
do you got?
Goonies or Spaceballs. What the actual fuck have you been doing? Did they not show that in Canada? What's the problem, Mimo? Come the fuck on. I'll send you a link. Jesus Christ, man.
Spaceballs, dude, that's a classic.
Goonies.
I
Yeah.
used to fucking have a Darth Vader helmet, but I would only I wouldn't wear the face piece, and I'd drive around like fucking Rick Moranis and Spaceballs with that top piece on my fucking head. Dude, Spaceballs does not suck, Craig. Get the fuck out of here. Listen, someone ban this son of a bitch. Spaceballs suck. I will tell you this though, that Pizza the Hut character makes me want to like get sick if I'm eating and that show's on. I can't deal with it.
Yeah.
I'm gonna send you this pocket medal, Blondie.
Right on. Caesar, shut up.
Well, hey guys, I gotta get going.
Hey.
What? Now that we're just talking random bullshit, it's not fun anymore.
Scott, thank you so much for spending so much time with us, buddy. And thank you for letting me check out your knife.
I understand. I'm just harassing you, man.
Dude,
Thank you for
guys.
hanging out with us. Everyone, make sure you go check out his YouTube channel, Instagram, since Instagram's being a pain in the ass and whatnot.
Shares content.
I just switched
Great
it,
stuff.
and it all went away.
See,
It does.
that's what I'm saying, man. Personal accounts, the way to go.
I need to start posting on Instagram now again.
I know, no doubt. Thank you again for joining us, Aries.
Yeah, thanks for having me. This was awesome. It was fun.
We'll come back when we have stuff to talk about. You're welcome anytime.
Yeah, you let me know. I'll be here. All right.
All right, buddy.
All right. Bye.
Take care.
Thanks.
Have a good night,
See you,
man.
bud.
Blazing Saddles can definitely be problematic this day and age for sure.
So
But still-
Jason, now
Hey, what's
which
up?
ones do you have? I know you had some for sale today. I shared it, but are they gone?
No, not yet. Like I said, the post only got like literally, dude, like 8 likes.
So did you check your account to see if it's
It might.
personal or a creator account?
I'll check it when we get off here for sure.
Which ones do you have available?
I just made these today. I was gonna do them like I normally do, like like these guys, but I just did these ones more battle worn and just threw some PC board scales on them. But I'm selling.
Is the PC coated with anything on those ones?
No, I do them with Ultim over sometimes.
Have you carried one of those? I'm curious as to how that shit holds up because it was never meant to be.
So it's the same. It's made out of the same thing. Let me show you. It's like.
I mean, clearly it'll start to tarnish all the metal.
Yeah.
That's for sure. But I was curious how the plastic bits hold up,
It's
being beat
similar-
around a little bit.
It's similar to like G10 or that. I forgot the technical name, but
Lexan?
like the epoxy based scales that they make with cool shit in them and stuff.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Actually, there's 2 kinds. This stuff, if you see, this is a darker green. This one, I'm not sure in longevity, but this one was the first one I made. Not this one, but using the same PC board.
Right.
And it's pretty much like G10 almost.
Nice.
I love that shape. That is
but
just
you know-
little.
Being a person that's taken apart computers, you're always you try your best not to ever
Snap
fucking
them.
touch
Yeah,
it.
try not to snap them.
Well, no, try not to touch it. You don't want to touch anything on the boards itself. You're like grabbing it by the corners and shit when you're replacing stuff because you don't want to fuck anything up. You don't want to get
Dude, those are sick.
corrosion.
How much are those, Jason?
What's that?
How much are those?
$90. I'm trying to get rid of all my old, my old
Inventory.
mini J cal. Yeah, exactly. $90 shipped. And then if you want Ultim over, I can still do that, but obviously it's going to, you know, be another $30-$40. But
Yeah, exactly. Gloves
if
or
you, yeah, if
really
you
trying to
see
touch that shit.
if you see Ultim over these, I have a picture of one I did. It's next level. It looks really cool. Takes a lot longer to do. This is more like, you know, like a backpack knife or a center console in your car knife. Like
Right.
that's what I would use it for. Just, you know, throw it in the backpack or whatever. It's a little guy.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, that's a pocket dropper for a lot of people type thing as well, you know.
Or maybe like a little neck knife, or I don't know
How many people in here wear neck knives? Just curious.
Yeah, I don't.
And Jason, this is the one you're talking about, right? The one that's got the Ultim over it.
Let me see. Yeah, there. So unfortunately I deleted the full picture of it.
Because
I
of
think there's another
Instagram.
one on there. Yeah, because they flagged it. But
Those motherfuckers.
oh, right there.
Motherfuckers. Dude,
I
I
was gonna-
gotta say, it does add a certain, like, it makes it look a little bit cooler with the Ultim.
It does.
Oh,
The
yeah.
Finished.
Look at that one.
The only thing I would do is if you want crystal clear scales, I would just hand polish them. Those are just done with 600 grit.
Look at that point.
What's he doing?
Wet dry sandpaper. But
Is
yeah,
that
this
a
one's
chisel?
finished. It's $180.
No, it's a
shipped.
hollow
It is
grind.
absolutely my most favorite J cal I've ever made so far.
That's my
It's
favorite
a
one I
hollow
made so
grind,
far.
It's got the swedges, all the, you know.
That's gorgeous. Is that the one that Dim got?
Filing, chamfers,
Yeah,
all that
I
good
forgot
shit.
who got it.
Anyways, hope you guys had a good
That was my
weekend,
favorite one I
and,
made
hope you
so
have a
far,
killer
though. He still is.
Yeah, yeah. This
You need to
little
sell those
J-cal's
at Circuit City.
Right?
Damn it, why'd they go out of business?
That guy
Oh,
right
it's my
there.
gardener. My gardener
Yeah,
was in the background.
that guy right there reminds me of this beast. That's one of the first ones I got.
Oh yeah, that was one of
your first hollows.
Yep, that was like my first hollow that I thought was acceptable enough to actually put scales on and finish. That was my first hollow grind that I finished.
I love it, dude. I call it the angry cleaver.
Yeah, I really liked that one. I mean, it was my first one, you know, like the first one I finished.
I've got to do an unboxing real quick from Brother Jim to have something to offer up, because his kindness is going to get passed on to you kids. So, guys, if any of you are interested in any of those J-Cals, I will probably be interested in at least one. Get on it, because they won't last long.
This one's kind of cool.
That is cool. For me, I'm just not as much of a hawk blade guy. And that's not a hawk blade, but a curved blade guy. I like little straight blades.
Yeah, I actually made for someone. This is spoken for, but
how's the skin art? Are you staying busy on both fronts?
a little bit. It'll start getting busier now that like the whole tax season's here or whatever.
God, don't even say that.
Yeah, I know. So
I'm so fucked. Ooh.
Oh, here's a little one I forgot about. I gotta finish this little dude.
Chip.
This one.
Ooh, I like that.
This
I like
one's-
that drop point. Oh, it's kind of like a warning
Yeah, kind
or a
of.
speed point.
This one's S35 VN. It's not finished. It just came out of heat treat. That's why it looks like that. You know.
I like that look, honestly.
Yeah, I do too. I think it's cool.
Leave the
I like
scaling on or whatever that's
Yeah,
called.
yeah.
Yeah, I didn't wrap it too good because I wasn't going to leave the heat treat finish on it. Sometimes I'll double wrap them in the foil. And it just makes them, you get the cool colors from the heat treat when you do that.
Yeah, for
when you
sure.
wrap 'em real good,
I like
you
it
know?
like that.
Kind of, this one has a little on the tip, but this
Yeah,
one I didn't
yeah.
wrap very good. But it's just going to be gray when it's done, you know, like that guy, just acid etched.
Has anybody seen Dang Ross? I need to find a way to get.
I haven't
touch with
seen him
you.
in here yet tonight.
Hey, if any of you guys that are in the chat, and I've been looking for him too, see Dang Ross in any other chats, Have him get in touch with me. He won the member giveaway last week, and I don't know if he knows that because he wasn't in the chat. I need to do a community post. I'm such a slacker.
God darn it.
Get your
But
shit
Jim-
together, Javon.
I do my best, man.
I'm just fucking with you.
But
And
Jim
what's
Miller
hard,
is-
if people don't have Instagram and you can't like message them, it makes it
Well, and
tough.
I tried to send him an email. Yes, Crispy's home, Michael. Mimo, he's home. He's resting. He got home today. Everything's back to normal right now. And yeah, just keep thinking about him. He said he tried to jump in and listen tonight, but he was worn out, as you might imagine.
What happened to Crispy? I'm out of the loop.
He had a procedure. You know, he's had some cardiac issues, and he had a refibrillation type procedure when he was in the hospital for several days while they were adjusting the rhythm of his heart.
Oh shit! So they put it like a pacemaker in there, or
I don't think so. I think it was more going through some different like testing, and I'm guessing that they were testing different components to see what got his heart in rhythm so they could maybe get him the right type of medicine. I'm guessing that.
Well, hopefully everything works out for him. Yeah, I don't know when that happened.
He'll be dancing in no time. So Brother Jim Miller sent in a couple of knives for giveaways, and one of them is one of my favorite knives, so much so that I've given 2 of these little guys away on Friday Night Flicks. This is a Civivi McKenna. Cool. This is a God, I space his name, rest in peace. Elijah Iffen design. Front flipper, which you can also flick this hole. I'm having a hard time doing it on camera. But
maybe
this
if we make you bigger, it will help.
This is one of the first knives that I learned to front flip because it's so intuitive.
Oh, nice.
Little flat grind.
You can do that hole, by the way. I think that's purely for looks.
It is, but I could flip the other 2. I had a brass one and I had this one, but this one I just think I need to loosen the pivot. No?
That's a God, what's that guy's name right now? The guy that passed away. Yeah, the guy that got killed by cops.
Ooh.
Yeah, that was a strange deal, man.
That was bullshit. Dude flipped his car and they fucking shot him.
Well, he had a black there's video of it. He had a black powder pistol that wasn't loaded.
He had a vintage handgun. He just flipped a fucking car and didn't know who the hell was that. You know what I mean? Was paranoid of who the hell was fucking.
You would think that, but there's also reports, and I'm just playing what was the deal. Nobody I think knows, but he had been, the reason the cops were even after him was because he had been trying to wreck. People thought he was on a drive down the interstate trying to kill himself. He was called in as by concerned motorists. So when he finally flipped and wrecked and the cops approached him, people wonder, was he out of his mind kind of from the wreck and then reach? But why would you reach for your gun?
I watched the video. To me, all they had to do was walk away.
Yeah.
They approach the vehicle, walk away. If someone's not responding and you see a gun, walk away. You don't have to fucking shoot them. You can walk away. The guy just fucking flipped his vehicle. It's bullshit.
Yeah, I think it's crazy.
Think that they force hand. No one makes you. There's nothing like they have footage of it walking up to the car. Fucking, I do defend him.
Got more information, and Palmer,
I'm mentally fucking ill. I take medicine every day to make sure that I don't end up in that situation. That's why I don't have a fucking gun.
But see, it looks like he had an order of protection against him from somebody.
Yeah, dude, it's all they had to do was walk away. He would still be alive today.
Yeah, I think
what's more important? What's more important? Being like, oh, he pulled a gun, so I gotta shoot him, or just walking the fuck away.
I'm getting ready to we're gonna go to Aries EDC's channel. I'm gonna find a video. Hold on.
Me, guys. Sorry.
You keep talking, buddy. I'm just doing my thing.
I'm just saying, like, that's my version of what, you know, like if
I think anytime you can decelerate a situation, and that situation, like you say, I don't know what happened leading up to that, how many people were hit.
All they got to do is if the reason you go to the car is because cops have to try to help people. That's their job, right? So they could get in trouble. But as soon as they saw a gun, they could say, hey, He had a fucking gun. I gotta, it's all right to walk away from the situation. Just walk away and let it just fucking go under. You know what I mean? That's all. If he dies of natural causes because he flipped a car, well then, hey, fucking, couldn't get to him because he fucking had a gun. But there's no need to fucking shoot someone
a bunch of times.
Yeah, but this is, I'm not trying to start fucking, I'm not trying to get upset.
No, we're all just
shit, but
talking.
that's not, when that shit happened, I was very, very, very upset by that. I didn't know very much of the guy when it happened, but I feel for people in those kind of situations. And, people are too fucking like amped to fucking pull the trigger, like that guy fucking pulling the trigger when a fucking acorn hit the top of a car.
Oh my!
That was insane, dude. Unloaded, and luckily, and his partner unloaded.
Two cops,
and they didn't hit the guy, thank God. But I mean, what that tell you about how effective they are discharging their firearms?
Thank God they suck it like they're fucking stormtroopers when it comes to fucking shooting, right?
No shit. Just run right through it, guys. I posted a link at the top of the chat, and that's where you're going to go and watch Aries' video. You're probably already subscribed. Subscribe if you're not. Like it, and just leave Javon in the comments. And later, in a little bit, after y'all have had time to do that, we will go over there and we will draw for this McKenna.
The problem is the guy fucking patted him down before putting him in the car. So if you suck at your job and you can't fucking make sure someone doesn't have a weapon after they've been handcuffed and put in the fucking car, you shouldn't fucking be allowed to decide if you could shoot someone. You suck at your fucking job. That's fucking ridiculous. Just fucking get better at fucking tapping people's clothing. Fucking Christ. If you can't feel a gun with a suppressor on it in someone's pants, what the fuck? What do your hands not work? Worst fucking pig ever, hands down.
That's pretty bad. That's
a gun and a can are going to be hard to miss.
Yeah,
I need more drinks. Prison wallet gun. There's no dude. If that guy can fucking keister carry a gun with a suppressor, that guy deserves to be in the Guinness Book of World Records.
I was out at the range earlier this week and met a buddy of mine, a business associate who he's a little Asian guy, but he loves firearms. He's got some really cool
cops.
Like long
PSD
gun.
should be fucking cops. End of story. I feel bad. My dad has PSD. Guess what? He's not a fucking cop. He's a goddamn plumber. What's he gonna do? Fucking wrench something to death? Jesus Christ. Listen, fucking if you've been in the army and you're that fucked up from it, I have feelings for you, and I appreciate what you've done and what you've gone through. You do not need to be a fucking cop and keep your gun in a fucking safe so the rest of us can stay living.
What's his name? Jonathan had several legal suppressors, and at the range, it's amazing how quiet they are with the 22. I mean, it sounds like an air rifle, but he had a really nice can. He had like a $1,200 can. I was like, dude, that's more than my pistol.
Yeah, they're pretty nice. I've only shot one time personally.
Everyone that keeps commenting is just giving more reasons why this guy shouldn't be a cop. You don't leave your fucking secondary gun unsecured in a fucking car. What is this, your first day on the fucking job? What is this, police academy? You shouldn't be a cop. This isn't like being a pizza delivery job. This is you're dealing with shit that you shouldn't be. Oh, I fucked up. No, fucker. You're the difference between life and death. If you're forgetting where you put shit, you don't need to have that job.
Have you watched any of that donut channel? Not the crispy donut community, but the donut channel, the guy that's the ex-police officer who shows the bad cops and good cops. He's the one that did the acorn video.
Oh man. Yeah, no.
He's got a bunch of crazy ones where donut operator Salamando, where cops, you don't realize the positions that look. And I speak from experience. There's a kid that my planner in Tuscaloosa, Jan, she's probably my age, a little bit younger than me, but she had a son who was a police officer in Tuscaloosa and wanted to work in Huntsville and got a promotion, was able to come up here. was here for 6 months. They went to a domestic disturbance call, he and his officer partner. They were talking to the lady. They didn't know where the man was. The partner was trying to locate the man who had allegedly assaulted her. And the guy walked out and shot the guy, the kid, Jan's kid, in the head and killed him. And he didn't even see the guy coming. And he was doing his job. So what I don't think a lot of people realize is, yes, they're bad and good of all types of professions, but I can't imagine the stress when if you take on that job and your real goal is to protect and serve. I would think it'd be a scary time to put yourself when you don't have any public support and crime's crazy. Why would anybody want to do it? To me, it's scary.
Yeah, it is scary, but at the same time, that doesn't mean you should put people in that position that are likely to not handle it well.
No, exactly. And that's the same reason people...
I've been around firearms my entire life. My stepfather raised me. He is a retired as a chief of police. He was a narc. He was a sergeant. He was on the SWAT team. He went to fucking Quantico and is trained by the goddamn FBI. He's so
Jason
my opinion on police officers is very strict because I've been around very good ones my entire goddamn life. So I'm sorry if I expect people not to do dumb shit like fucking shoot up people that they just fucking searched to see if they had a fucking firearm. How fucking stupid! Like, seriously, that'd be, I mean, what is this? You know what I mean? Like, come the fuck on.
And nobody was taking his side. I mean, let's be
real.
People
are like saying that, I got this certain view on shit. Yeah, my view is to not kill people just because you're bad at your fucking job. That's it. Serve and protect. I listen. Yeah, I see that, but it's still, you know, I mean, it's like it happens all the fucking time. I understand under certain situations they may be stressful. If you can't deal with stress, your job should not be handling a firearm. It's very easy.
But at the same time, there are very valid take people out cases. I mean, if you watch that donut,
the amount of them versus the other incidences are slim.
I don't think so. I think if you look at justifiable versus questionable, the ratios are much higher to justifiable. They're just not reported on as much. And again, if you watch it on body cam, it doesn't look justifiable. But when a lady, I've seen one where a lady's walking up the stairs, the police officer's walking behind her, and when she turns around, she's got this long butcher knife, and she swings it at his neck. I mean, he's right there, and he just shoots. And I mean, yeah, it's terrible. She had a knife, but she almost cut his throat. Tell Mando, it's not. We're just sitting here talking, brother. Debate, not hate. And Jason Grant's showing cool knives. Look at him drawing out shapes.
Shapes like squares. Well, I gotta go. My wife. I could just heard the wife and the kid come in.
I'm sorry if I.
No, you're good.
Hey, buddy, I appreciate you coming on, and come back when you got stuff. Come back next week. We'll be here.
Yeah, I will. I'll come back when I have a bunch of the new ones finished.
And guys, remember, just DM Jason if any of those little ones you have questions about, or any of the others.
Guys are cool.
He's got others too, right? You've got others that hadn't gone far as that.
Yeah, I got some. I got about 7 or 8 that I just got to put the scales on and finish grinding.
Are they all kind of that Kardashian style, or I say Kardashian, like
They're
Kardashian?
All like different, you know. There's some drop points. There's some warnies, and I think I have a cleaver too. That are almost done. Yeah.
I love you, brother. I appreciate you more than you know.
Thanks, guys. I'll see you guys next Friday. Probably not next Friday. The Friday after, I'll come on. I'll have a good bunch of stuff to show off for you.
Right on.
I love it. We love looking at it.
Cool. Thanks, guys. Have a good night.
You too. Have a good night with the family, buddy.
I will. Bye, guys.
I forget it's early on y'all side of town. Space Ghost is on your side, Pocket Metal.
Here's the thing.
There's not a good answer.
And not to be whatever is My side is whatever is going to keep the most people fucking alive. So if that's a problem for people, then I'm sorry. That's just not my thing. And that's straight out of, because I've known police officers that get attacked and their first response is not to pull a fucking gun.
Right. They know that's their
That
last.
have
their
to
last
be exactly.
effort.
Once again, the lady who pulled a knife on somebody. Hey, I wasn't there. I haven't seen the video. That's just fucking, yeah, opinions aren't facts, but at the same time, that's we're not talking about opinions here.
And I think a lot of the issues are caused by mental illness, whether it's drug related or just mental illness. So you're dealing with people that aren't in a sound frame of mind, but at some point, you
can watch so many people. There's been how many people that were fucking doing mass shootings and captured and brought into custody alive versus we're talking like the dude fucking flipping his car and then they fucking kill him because he had a handgun with him. You know what I mean?
But
he didn't just commit a mass shooting either. You know what I mean? Like if anybody were going to gun the fuck down, it's a jackass doing mass shootings, right? Come the fuck on.
Usually the mass shootings people, if they don't take themselves out, they throw their gun down and they pussy out at the end, which then there's no reason, even though you might want to because they killed cops, they don't do that. But it's
is that always?
I would think they would take a shooter out if he was still walking around actively, if he hadn't dropped his gun and freaked out. But I don't know because I don't follow that shit. Depresses me. I don't follow it.
I don't try to, but it's it's very luck of the draw. The way
What's
things
up,
happen.
Transparent Knives. So guys, on the Instagram rant, so Pocket Metal opened my eyes to something that instantly fixed my issue. I had a creator account only because I wanted to look at analytics, which is depressing because once I got a creator account, I quit getting followers like instantly. I would get no reach. It was bullshit. I think they wanted me to boost my post and I started getting flagged. So never admit to cops, Mersalt. Exactly right. Lie till you die. I didn't see it. I didn't see anybody with it. Take me to jail. And then let the next guy say the same thing. You'll walk. But anyways, it's where was I going, Pocket Metal?
With the a creator account versus a personal account.
Yes, the personal. Once I switch to a
For
personal
people
account,
in our community, unless you have plus 10,000 subs and are trying to get monetized,
well, you got a store attached to your Instagram. If you're just like a knife maker or a knife seller or a knife designer, I would think you could get more reach and have your link in your bio go in with a personal account instead of a creator account. Because I'm going to test it for the next week, and I bet you I gain subs because I'll start posting.
I have not had any restrictions applied until one day I switched over to the professional account.
And instantly you said you had 5. And what we've noticed,
it was just one. It was just this thing. It was a picture of this knife, much to Kyle's upsetness that it was. I always shoot the knives like this because you can fit more knife in a square photo this way than this way. Anyways, it was a picture of this knife against a dark green background, and they flagged it as soon as I went to a creator account. I switched to a creator photography account instead of just a personal. Got flagged, switched it back. The flag went away. I didn't appeal nothing.
And mine did too. Let's see if they're still not flagged. But EMP EDC, the one that brought it to my attention, got 5 more flagged, but he did have one appeal held up overturned, where he said, I don't agree with this. And Instagram said, you're right. And then they took it away. And he said 5 minutes later, he had 5 more posts flagged. So it's just something on the filter.
They look at it harsher and want you to follow their rules when you become a creator.
Which have changed. And what I've asked on Twitter, because I can't get them on Instagram, is what has changed, because I've had the creator account for 10 months and I haven't ever posted anything different than what I've posted. And I've got over 3,000 posts. So something's changed in what they're filtering for, that maybe I could go into the guidelines and read it, but I'm sure it says something like weapons are prohibited or something. And I don't think these are weapons, but it's their playground.
Joe Isabella, I think I understand what you're trying to say, but Amish is a bad analogy these days, because they're doing some research and showing that Amish people are creating or committing a lot more sexual crimes in their community than the average folk who aren't Amish. So, while Amish people seem like nice people who just don't have TV, they're just a bunch of fucking rapers with fucking weird beards.
All right, guys, we're getting some comments. Everybody head over to that pinned comment, like the video, leave a comment that says Javon. And I think we've picked up about 30 comments from where he was starting, and we'll just kind of comment up there, and then I'll pick a comment from there. They're not competitive drivers, 5-door. I went to Middlefield, Ohio for work about 12 years ago. We drove up there and we got behind a wagon and we could watch the bricks smoking behind the seat because it was winter as fuck. And they were just ballsy. I mean, they were in a wagon with a brick in a bucket under the seat, and they were slow as shit. And they were in the middle of the road. They didn't care. Kyle Coonley, I will take Amish over some of the weirdos in big cities. Now, I haven't been paying attention to it. I've seen headlines. Is there any truth to the fact, or is this just propaganda, that migrants have been attacking New York citizens, or is that just bullshit? Has anybody heard that?
And do you watch that on Fox News? That sounds like a crock of horseshit.
Everything I watch is on YouTube. So if I go in here and I go New York migrant, let's find a source and I'll show you what I'm talking about. And they've got video.
I spent all weekend in Seattle and Portland. I didn't get attacked by anyone. Had no problems. I don't know. I haven't been to New York in a little bit, so I can't mention it. But usually the people you worry about are not the immigrants, because they're doing their best
they're doing their best to assimilate. But it looks like when you look at all this video that all these major cities, they're not assimilating them in a good way. They're all in encampments. Like in New York, there's this huge, I guess, while they try to assimilate people into society, it just looks like horrendous conditions.
Oh man. My family from out of town was in town over the weekend. My dad, my sister.
Isabella, really? You're right up there in that part of Ohio? That's God's country, buddy. That's beautiful. And I bet when all that snow melts, there's nothing but beautiful cow fields. Pedro. That's funny.
Dude, it's that's another thing. Yeah, say what you will about me, I could give two fucks about illegals. These are people fucking risking their life to fucking get to a place that they feel might have a better outcome for them. So,
and I agree.
We're all illegal immigrants at some point. If you're born here, someone in your family line wasn't, unless you're fucking Native American. So get the fuck out of here with this horse shit.
Well, no, the scary thing is, I don't have a problem, even though it's not right to come here and get benefits, but they can do that.
We were talking about this. I guarantee most fucking American citizens could not pass the test to become a legal American citizen if they had to.
I bet
everyone was given the test. When I worked at a company, I worked at a company with a dude from Guyana. He was going to get legal. He was getting his citizenship and was doing the test. And so he would ask us about some of the questions. I guarantee you that most American citizens couldn't fucking pass the test for legalization.
No, you'd have to study for sure. Joe, the company was Mansfield Plumbing that we used to do business with.
All your ancestors didn't take the fucking proper channels. They came here and they stole fucking land. It's bullshit. Then they came here, stole land, and then they're like, hey, if you want to come over, now you got to pass the fucking test and do it the right way, even though we got here by just fucking killing people.
Well, my ancestors came with Operation Paperclip. So they did come in through Ellis Island, even though there might have been some government shenanigans to help them get through.
Weren't you saying that all your ancestors were fucking Nazis?
One half. The other were University of Southwest. Yeah, that's what I said. Operation Paperclip. He was before he came here, he was building V1 rockets. And he and Von Braun have a picture, an old black and white, if you do Google image search, standing by V1.
There you have it. We have Javon's Nazi relatives getting in here with a free pass, but yet some people from Mexico who just don't, want to do.
Hey, let me tell you something. The German community, and there were only 125 of them that came to North Alabama. They're responsible for the art museum. They're responsible for the ballet. They're responsible for the growth that this city, from a technological hub in the Southeast, and about to be the most successful city in Huntsville or in Alabama, because they did it here first.
But just remember, a couple months ago, they were killing off fucking every Jew they could get their hands off.
Well, keep in mind, people like now Von Braun, there's some stories about him, but people like my grandfather, if you were in Germany and you worked, if you were a scientist or if you worked anywhere, you were by assimilation part of the Nazi party. You didn't wear a band, you wore a white lab coat and you were working in, he was a genius rocket man. And he actually lived right next door to us in Huntsville before he moved up on Montesano and then went to Washington. And that's a whole scam, the way they treated him. I mean, the U.S. government did him wrong. When they moved him to Washington, he died like 8 months later because he just didn't want to do that. He wanted to be involved.
Oh, fucking shit, man.
All right, I'm going to check the comments and see how many we've got. Have y'all gone in there? And I went to
the everybody or for the
this is for everybody. This is the Savivi, Jim Miller, McKenna. He did something kind for us and sent it up here. And we will have a very cool member giveaway next week. I'm gonna have to start spreading those out because we're getting low. And until I can get a good stream of income and start bringing knives in, it's hard to give them away. But we're gonna make it happen at least once every live. But this is open to everybody. So let me go back to Aries and find my linky. And I forget which one I shared. So I ought to go to my pinned comment and click on that motherfucker. All right. How many comments we got? We are up to 76 comments. All right, guys. Give me a yes or no if anybody's not had a chance to go leave a comment. So I'm getting ready to draw this bad boy.
Did you post the video link that you wanted people to comment on?
Yeah, it's pinned to the top of the regular comments. If you look at the YouTube comments, it should be the top pinned link. I just clicked on it to go check.
I wish I could you can't highlight that in
I know, Pizza Operator. I don't do it because I have to. I do it because I want to, buddy. Like I said early on, I don't use all these knives. And when I do member giveaways, I want it to be nicer knives. And it's all good, brother. I appreciate that. I know y'all will come. But I used to go to channels because I always like it for giveaways. It's always fun to win something. That's why I got to find Dang Ross. As a matter of fact, while y'all finish commenting, I'm going to go see if I've got his email address real quick.
So I don't know if you're joking. But the majority of the shit you can see, except for Jason Brown's head peeking up over the top of my Stormtrooper I started because Scotch said I needed to make another Stormtrooper painting, is paintings. And then the stuff that's black and white in the very background that you can barely see anymore is digital stuff that is from stuff that I drew anyways, but I made it digitally so that way I could use it for stuff like what you see backgrounds.
All right, I had his email 2 days ago and I sent him a message. Let's try again. Hey, buddy, but I haven't seen him in any chats lately. Me your address.
Well, yes, I'm currently in. So it's a two-part joke, kind of, I guess. When I was in high school and I finally decided to take an art class because I was always of the idea that I didn't want to waste my time in something that I already I'm not trying to be, but like I knew how to draw and paint, so I wasn't taking art classes because I wanted to learn. I was taking drafting and shit so I could learn how to do something I didn't know how to do. I finally took one, and then for some reason one of my art teachers was like, there's more to life than skulls. And I didn't even do a lot of skulls then, but ever since then I was like, you know what, I'm just gonna fucking do so much skull shit to prove
You're such a rebel.
it's
You're
I'm
such a
a
rebel.
fucking contrarian is what it
I
is.
love it.
And then
You
so when I started doing the skull paintings again for when I did my Halloween giveaway, and then a couple people that didn't win giveaways were like, hey, I want to get a blood painting or whatever, because I if I accidentally cut myself I would bleed on them. And then after that it's just like become practice. Like I just want to get back into painting again more frequently, so it's the more you do something the better you get at it, right? So there you have it.
And learning new skills will keep your brain young.
It's just something that, like, in my free time, especially, like, this was a painting that I started when I was taking a shit. So I just leaned the canvas up against the wall and was painting it while I was taking a poop. There's a Instagram story somewhere in there that people have seen. Or, I did the Jason Brown ones because when we do the next Jason Brown Day thing, I'm going to do some Jason Brown painting giveaways and stuff like that to help raise money.
I think that's awesome, dude. How's the store doing? I haven't checked lately.
I haven't added it. I feel like a shithead, but I haven't added anything in a while. I am going to. I have some stuff ready. I get in, like, whatever. So it's like I'm doing my regular work for people, doing designing shit, and then in my downtime when I'm saving or just need to look away from the screen for a little bit, I fucking paint shit. He uses his poop. I've never put poop on the canvas.
Dang, Ross, you're there. I was just looking for you, dude.
A lot of blood in the canvases for sure.
Dang, Ross. Where'd you go? There you are.
Ow.
I was just looking for you and sent you an email. You need to email me your address. I've got an old address for you, but you won the members giveaway last week and you weren't here. Knives Live 2021 at G, and I've already got you packed up and ready to go out. So if you email me, Knives, let me spell it right. Or if you comment back that your address hadn't changed, I don't know how long ago I emailed you or I mailed you, but if you'll shoot me your address right here, buddy, or check your email, because I just sent you an email like 2 seconds ago. I got a cool giveaway for you. You can watch last week's live and you'll see you won. Yeah, I'm getting ready to draw for this little yummy Elijah Isham.
It started.
Hey, don't apologize, buddy. I just want to make sure I wasn't going to give it away. I was going to find you.
It all started when I was younger, before smartphones. Back in the day, if you can imagine this, for all the younger people here, I don't, 3 of you, people would shit without their smartphone. So I would draw while I was taking a shit. And that is carried on throughout the rest of my life, where I just started bringing paint and shit in there and, taking a poop and shit and painting.
You're depreciating the artwork.
Why?
Because it's painted in the shitter.
So it's just honesty. I'm sure a lot of people do it. I'm just willing to say that I do it.
Guys, I'm throwing the link up there again. I'm going to give you about 60 more seconds to go leave a Javon comment, and then I'm going to pull up my random giveaway tooler, and we're going to find a winner so we can hang for a few minutes. When's Maddie start? Said faction. Is Maddie still in here?
I don't think it's till like 10, isn't it?
Yeah, I think. Well, I don't think. Yeah, I know the time changed, and they don't change. So yeah, it is. We'll go for about 3 hours. What's Chimiette doing?
She's making pizza for us tonight. She's making some homemade pizzas for us over there.
I've got to go
so-
find something to eat too later.
Taco Bell, we got $10 on it.
I'm not going. I'm not going there. I'm actually stealing Domino's. I might just order it on my phone right now.
Did you tried to do that recently and had some sort of problem with?
It was after 12. It was right after 12, and then
Gotcha.
it closed. So I got to process my order, but when I pushed it through, it no-go'd me.
Do you have 5-star pizza?
No.
They used to. There's some places down in the South that have 5-star pizza, and they used to be 24/7. In some places, like I used to go to Gainesville a lot when I lived in Florida, and they had like 24/7 pizza, 5-star there. But I don't know if it still is. But yeah, there's.
Y'all have mellow mushroom there?
What's up?
The mellow mushroom pizza
Over here?
Yeah.
No, it's. Do they have one in Seattle? I thought it was only a small like South.
I wasn't sure. It's really
like, as far
good.
as like North Carolina. Yeah, I've been to it. They had one in Gainesville. They had one in oh, right there. Mellow Mushroom was in Portland.
They don't deliver, but I mean they're great for picking up.
I went to one in what's it in North Carolina? Fucking Asheville in North Carolina and in Gainesville, but I never even looked for one out.
And then there's a there is a place here, and I forget what it's called, but you
in
go.
Gainesville, I prefer Da Vinci. Was it Da Vinci's? Da Vinci's used to be really good. I don't know if it still exists in Gainesville. I preferred it over the Mellow Mushroom myself.
And there's another place here. I can't remember what it. Did we do a hashtag with Javon or just Javon? Let me go back and look.
I don't know.
But there's this place here too. You can go. It's just Javon, okay. And you can just order the pizza and they make it for you, and then they wrap it up and you take it home and put it in your oven.
Yeah, they have one of those over here. I was laughing about that. My dad,
it's a racket. It's a good racket.
Yeah, it's more expensive than a lot of other pizza chains. It's called Papa Murphy's over here, the one that's over here. And yeah, so you order a pizza and they do everything but fucking cook it, and you go pick up a raw fucking pizza. And the only thing I can see it being a benefit is the fact that for some people that have gluten intolerance, they do a gluten-free one. But here in Olympia, where there's a Papa Murphy's, they have old school pizza, and you can get an old school pizza with fucking the same thing, the gluten-free crust. And I like old school pizzeria much better than I like Papa Murphy's.
Well, I think one of the things is you can pick it up and then take it home and cook it for the kids later, right? You can get it after work and not eat it right there.
Yeah, for sure. But it's usually it's actually more. I don't know if that means more or cheap, more expensive or cheaper. But for here, it's like the same price or more expensive than the fucking the damn old school pizzeria. And old school has got a picture of a lot of 80s metal posters hanging up, like Randy Rhoads. Do you have a picture of Randy Rhoads in leather pants and a polka dot fucking flying V inside?
No, but I've seen it.
You don't got that in Papa Murphy's. You got that at Old School Pizzeria, and there's a pinball machine you can play while you're waiting for your goddamn pizza.
Did y'all ever have a Shakey's in the old days with the player pianos and the people wore the black top hats?
No, I've heard of Shakey's.
Good stuff, man. All right, guys, I'm going to give y'all about 2 more minutes to leave a comment, and I'm going to see if I can get more than 46. We're still at 46. So I'm going to give it about 60 more seconds, and then we will go down and we will spin the wheel and sit here and watch it tick around for 30 long, grueling seconds.
I don't have a gluten problem myself. I fucking love regular bread and shit. I ate some bread before.
Drink water.
The stream, but my niece does have. She was getting real sick. She's a little kid. And she's like, she was like under 10 when they found out she had that was the problem why she was getting so sick, was from gluten intolerance. So I used to make fun of people, but I know it's real. And so, yeah.
Yeah, it's definitely real. It's definitely real.
Yeah.
I'm
It's
not
real.
affected by it, and I'll tell you the pizza that I don't go to anymore because it's on the south side of town, and y'all probably hadn't heard of it because I think it's small, but it's called Donato's.
Yeah, celiac disease. I
Hey,
have
did y'all
not heard.
hear about Kate Middleton's speech today?
Oh, they have it at Red Robin. It's Chamiette just chimed in and said that they have that's like a part of the Red Robin chain up here.
Donato's is?
Oh, it's not a part of the chain, but they offer it
They offer Donato's?
at the Red Robin in Olympia. They do.
Dude, grab you a do you like thin crust pizza or do you like, they're both good, but I'm a big fan of their pepperoni and banana pepper. And if you're a vegetarian, you can get all kinds of veggies on it.
Yeah, I just went in there to grab a veggie burger.
Level up, did you get
I
in
might
there,
try it
buddy?
out sometime.
Did you leave a Javon comment in the link that's pinned? If you're driving, I'm sorry, buddy. All right, let's go see what we got here. Yeah, Kate Middleton came out and announced today that she's got ovarian cancer. That's why she's been missing.
I saw that someone had posted because like as much as I don't like follow that kind of stuff, at that level it's hard to get away from.
Pat, did you put Javon in the comment? Because it's still showing 46. Drop a Javon in there, Pat, at 1 Minute Knife Review, and anybody else. I'm gonna give it about 30 more seconds.
Did you post in the comments what the comment was supposed to be?
No, I just told him.
Is it
Javon?
Did you? I'm not gonna for what it's worth. I've seen Javon spelled 12 different ways, and I'm one of the reasons because of that.
No, but I don't think it is capital. I made sure it wasn't a hashtag.
So
and we've got
Juhvon.
Juhvon. Yeah, let me put it in here. Juhvon. And it doesn't have to be cap sensitive, but I do it like that. And that comes from, I was Jay Evans' Knife Addict Life, and Tri-State and his lives would call me Jivan or Javon. It might as well be Pizza Operator. Yeah, I agree, Jeffrey. I'm just glad nothing sinister happened to her. I was thinking, no telling what was up. To put out bad Photoshop pictures. All right, guys, I'm getting ready to check comments.
Half the shit people see are bad Photoshop pictures.
Is 1 Minute Knife? Hey, 1 Minute Knife Review. Did you put Javon in your comment? Because I didn't see it go up after you said you got it.
Spelled it 3 ways.
Okay, I got it. Let me go back.
Did you refresh it? You might have to.
I'm getting ready to refresh it right now.
I don't know how that Wheel of Fortune shit works.
Not very well. Let's see. Filter comments by word or hashtag. Javon. And let's pop the link in there again. Freshly copy. Boom. Boom. Go back up here. All right, guys. Good luck. I'm going to share it in just a second before I do anything. 52. So, yeah, we picked up several. Good. All right. So, we're going to do spinning wheel. Or do y'all want to do spinning names?
What the hell's the difference?
I think spinning names rolls the names like a slot machine, and the spinning wheel.
Okay.
You want to try that?
I don't. It doesn't matter to me. I was just curious what the difference was because it.
Let's see the name.
Names that spin.
We're gonna do spinning names. Oh, yeah. This is gonna be cool. All right. So I'm gonna share it. See what it looks like. So we can have it spin that way, or
I don't. Oh, 1 minute is the only person that says wheel, wheel, wheel.
Okay, let's go wheel.
Anyone else is they're all talking about the royal. Oh,
well, hey, yeah, we want to go with
Greg says the other one.
Wheel, try
Come
spinning
on, Paul,
names.
what are you doing?
All right, spinning names. We got 2 for spinning names. One more spinning name cinches it. Tell me if you see a spinning names pocket metal. I'm changing it back.
Yeah.
And I'm going to refresh.
1 minute you said that they're okay with anything.
Hey, there's also a countdown. What's that look like?
Price is Right versus Wheel of Fortune.
No, that doesn't look fun.
The other one, at least you see all the names spin around.
Yeah, you can see them better. So we're going to do that. I'm going to refresh one more time. Still 52. Can y'all see it?
Yeah.
Let me go here and look.
Showing
All
up.
right.
Tactical
Good luck,
Gary likes
everybody.
this because you can see his name right there on the get-go.
It's going to go for 30 seconds.
Look at it go.
Man, it's going fast. Looks like MC's chat. Slowing down. Barely, but it's slowing down. Or I'm about to have a seizure.
Yeah, I don't think it's slowing down. It still looks fast as fuck. I think you're...
Here we go.
Oh, there it goes. And the winner is... Who fucking knows? It's still moving.
Thomas McDonald.
I have not seen...
Thomas, are you in here? Congratulations, buddy.
I haven't seen anyone's name. It's moving so fast. It was moving fast. Oh, fuck. Look at
Thomas
that.
has been here all the time. So we're going to go. Thomas, I'm dropping an email in here. And if you shoot me an email tonight, I can get this out to you tomorrow, unless I stay up all night and go to bed at 5, which is very possible.
Oh, he is here. Look at that. I didn't even see
Yeah,
it.
absolutely.
Very good.
And thank Jim. That is all because of brother Jim's kindness.
And I upset Jim, and Jim went running tonight a little bit ago.
No, I'll talk to him. Jim and I talk on the phone and text.
We may not see Jim on Monday.
Yes, we will.
I try to keep it on the, calmer side.
Well, some people just, and I get it. I mean, some people just don't want to. They hear that all day, or they're around it, and they don't want.
I get it.
And it's all good. That's why there's Bees is always on past us. He goes for like 4 hours, and you've got, MC was going late tonight because his daughter and granddaughter were out. I was surprised we had as many in as we did, which is great, especially with Scott here, because I think he's fascinating. And I urge you guys, if you like knife making, if you're fascinated by it, his videos are just, if I knew how to grind a knife or had the tools, I could watch his videos and probably get pretty far just from what he shows. And guys, there'll be another giveaway next week, and we'll find some stuff. I'm working with a couple of different knife makers, trying to get like Vostine. I'm trying to get them to get me a little bit more veracity, some more knives to review, so I can pass them on. Because literally, I review those knives, post them on Instagram for nobody to see them because I'm restricted. And not anymore. And then give them away. So, hopefully, I'll get some good stuff in here.
Now you just need to learn how to use hashtags, and you'll be all set.
Believe it or not, buddy, I've on YouTube Shorts, I post, and I've had a couple of weeks where they fluctuate.
Yeah, I know that you get good numbers over there. I think it's works slightly different on the two different platforms.
I think you're right. I get no revenue from Shorts, but I do get subscribers. But it probably hurts me because I don't know if those subscribers engage in my long form content. The best jerky in the world.
I can't see how it would hurt, because it's at least getting your name out there.
Yeah, I would guess. I mean, it does kind of clutter up your feed, I guess, if people are, following your stuff. But I don't know. I do it because it's fun anyway. I don't have an agenda. Yeah,
I don't. I go weeks sometimes without posting shit, so I don't know what the fuck. But anywho. Any old who.
Yeah, I've got to think about it to make myself do it. And I'm trying to find the best time. Usually I post my shorts, and I do them all in a row. Like I'll sit here and do 7 15-second shorts of me taking knives out of sheaths and putting them in. And then a day later, usually 30% of them will have over 2,000 views.
I wish there was a Waffle House out here. I miss getting Waffle House hash browns.
Ooh, don't get me started. We've got one here. It used to be my favorite spot. That's where Fran and I used to go after going out. And I had a situation happen there that I can't get out of I'm not even going to share.
Scattered, smothered, and covered. Fucking A.
That's what I got.
Delicious.
And I got a little extra covered that fell out of the ceiling.
What fell out of the ceiling?
I don't want to ruin y'all's Waffle House experience.
I can't go to Waffle House anyways. I'm not
So I'm
traveling.
sitting there and it's late.
Was it
and
bugs
she's
or
sitting
something?
across
Like a roach fell off the ceiling?
She's sitting across the table from me, and I get the two eggs fried over light, the scrambled covered and smothered, and then like a biscuit. And I'm sitting there, and something out of the corner of my eye I see, but I don't pay attention to it. Something just fluttered, and I think it's just a trailer. So I'm sitting there eating, doing my thing, and a goddamn little roach runs out from under my biscuit that had fallen out of the ceiling tile and just landed in my shit. So
that would make me just like cry. Dude,
it was so cringe. I can't go back. And I love the flavor. I know it was a fluke, but the fact that I witnessed it and then I kept eating. Granted, I didn't crunch down on it.
Oh,
but
man.
And that could be anywhere. You could have those type of situations, but when you experience it, it's kind of like getting hit by a wave when you're a kid and not wanting to go out in the ocean.
Yeah, in the South, man, you're going to see all kinds. There was a place that used to be real famous in Daytona that people used to go to, a barbecue restaurant. And one of the people we hired for an artist, one of the jobs I used to work at back in the day, the dude did nighttime would go around cleaning different businesses. He worked in a cleaning crew, and they had that restaurant as their fucking one of their clients. And he said you'd go in there at night after the place closed to like fucking clean up everything, and they'd flip the light switches on, and the rats would just be sitting like on the counter and on the fucking the big fry the flat top.
Yeah, like the grill tops and the griddle.
Staring at you. They wouldn't even fucking run. They'd just be looking at you like, what the fuck are you doing here? He's like, dude, the shit I see at the fucking restaurants that people go to is fucking disturbing as all fuck. So it's whatever. I wouldn't be, dude. You can't in those, like over here, no roaches. I don't know why. There's fucking no roaches. We got spiders out the ass, but no fucking roaches. In the South, you can't, like, you open the door, them cockroaches fucking will fly into a place. Like it's,
and we know cockroaches can live anywhere, so maybe something out there feeds on them, keeps them in check.
There's been like they could live through like a microwave. Like it's, if that can, then that's fucking insane. But yeah, so the fact that happened, it sucks, but it's not like I'm surprised.
Yeah, one that night, those palmetto bugs. I've got one of those CO2 bug zappers that shoot salt, and I'm sitting here one night. It's like 3:00 in the morning, and I see a shadow, and it's one of those goddamn palmetto bugs. I never see them in my house running across the door jamb over towards where I am on the couch. So I've grabbed, because I have it sitting right by me, my bug zapper, and I put the laser on it, and I'm about 10 feet away, and I blew him into pieces. It was so freaking therapeutic, and Tippy kills them too.
We used to go to New Orleans a lot when we lived in Florida, and there was a restaurant we'd go to all the time, and it was like an open air, like it was, the whole thing was like not cobblestone, but like that brick style, but it looks kind of cobblestoney, and it had just big arches. There was no windows. There's no walls in parts of this restaurant. So anything could come in and out. They had like little chains to keep people from just like coming at you while you're sitting there eating. But anything could come in and out. A cat could run through there. Fucking whatever. We saw bugs like come in, and it's hot as fuck. It's the summertime, man. It's just gonna happen. And that place is
gonna happen. I mean, it's just one of those things you got to deal with.
Yeah, dude, it's fucking. But yeah, that I think it's just because it's
she's sleeping. She's just being
colder
lazy.
A lot of times that you don't get some of those bugs. But at the same time, in the South, it's shit like that's gonna be fucking everywhere. If that's where you're at, it is,
and the worst of the bloodsuckers, man, the mosquitoes.
Oh yeah, for sure. We get mosquitoes. I wish we didn't, but I fucking
I thought, well, I guess you do get a lot of rain out there, so they would breed. Later, Fook. We're not going to be in here much
during the winter time. You mosquitoes fucking wild bunnies. But no, there's been mosquitoes and this, even like going camping when it's colder outside. There's still like sometimes mosquitoes and shit. And it's not fun for sure.
That's what I love about hammock camping, because I've got a jungle nest, which is, it's not a good hammock just to lay in, but it's a hammock that when you set it up, you put a little zip line atop it, and then it's got a built-in like integrated mosquito net. So you keep it closed up, and when you climb in there, take your shoes off and then zip the net, and you can lay there and hear shit buzzing around you and it can't get to you. You can tell they're just sneezing.
We went the last couple times we went camping out here, them fucking big ass horseflies, dude. I was spraying myself from head to toe and shit that probably causes cancer, trying to keep those fuckers off me.
Dude, they'll pinch skin off your arm. They
damn.
will come in and like yank skin off your arm.
Oh, it's fucking, they get a hold and you can shake and swat at things. If you don't directly fucking hit them off of you, they're like latched in there.
You hit them and they blow up in blood. You know they've been just sucking blood out of you and your friends.
When we would, because we were out there getting drunk and fucking doing drugs and shit, so your reflexes get a little bit shit. After a weekend of going camping, you come home and you look like you fucking, we're fucking homeless for a year with all the bug bites you got all over yourself. 5 minutes.
Joe, they're the best, and they make a lot better ones than what I've got, because I've got one of the old jungle nests, but I haven't ripped it yet. And I figure when I do, I've seen a couple of others, but hammock camping is the way to go for me, because I've got a tarp and I've been through a serious rainstorm because my tarp comes down pretty low. And so I was in the trees about 4 feet off the ground, had my tarp over me, my mosquito net. It was raining like hell at Blade Show, and I was good. The only bad thing is I was right out by a creek. And so the land, as you know, goes down the slope towards the creek, right? So I got up one morning and got to the side of opened my little net, laid my legs out, right? And I put my shoes on, and then I step out, and I had too much forward momentum going. And so I'm like falling into the goddamn creek. And if it hadn't been for this like willow tree that I was able to grab, that's a very intense way to wake up, to come tumbling out of your fucking hammock, going towards some ice cold rapids.
If you fall and hit some rocks, that'll suck ass.
Pizza operator, we're about to shut it down too, brother. I'm sure if I heard Pocket Metal's microwave go off.
My microwave didn't go off. The microwave is on. The timer using, like earlier it was for making tea, and so it's just the timer on the.
Do I want Domino's? Do I want Taco Hell? God, I don't know.
I personally, I don't know. I'm up for pizza always. That's what we're having tonight. I'm just a pizza person.
I think that's kind of what I want too.
Even bad pizza is still not bad.
You always have some left over.
That's just my that's not what I meant. Chamiette got very upset when I said even bad pizza. Come on, you know damn well that's not what I meant. I'm just talking like he said Domino's. We've had bad experience with Domino's up here. That's why I said that.
I have bad experiences here. Now I do love their marble brownie. I feel like you can't lose with that. So I always get one of those because I'll eat it for a day or two. And then I'll get a pizza or some pasta. Not sure what y'all get tonight. But guys, I'm going to leave y'all with this thought. So if Instagram's causing you problem, even if you're a maker or a business, I don't know what the advantage of having a creator account is. I think it's a disadvantage. I would check your personal account and either put a Linktree link in, which is free if you have a bunch of links that you want to share, or just put in your main link of where you want to send people or your email address. I'll see a lot of LinkedIn profiles that don't have their email address, which I think you should, give people ways to get in touch with you if that's your job, right? If you want to sell stuff. But I'm going to quit bitching about Instagram. They might have already banned me because I've said some pretty ugly things on X. But hey, we got to do what we got to do. Pocket Metal, you got anything lovely to share? Are you back in Pocket Monday night?
Yeah. I'll be back.
Awesome.
And exactly. I haven't checked anyone but Javon's to see, because I just saw that he kept having trouble. And I saw he had a creator account, but I mean, maybe it's problems for other people as well. I haven't had that problem. Who fucking knows? But no, Chamiette makes amazing food for the people questioning that. She, you know, I don't know why she thought I was talking about that when I was talking about pizza or Domino's pizza. Domino's around us looks like someone just took the toppings from across the room and fucking threw it at the pizza. You might have like 3 olives on one side and then something. It looks like a fucking bomb went off, and that's every time we get fucking Domino's around here.
I'm real bad about James and I send back and forth very politically incorrect reels from TikTok and shit, and I need to start sending them to you, but I always feel that I don't want to trigger you. There was this one of this little guy who's doing a shot put, right? So he spins around and he does a shot put, and then the next picture is a flat pizza up on a grill and an olive lands on it.
Oh yeah, I've seen quite a few.
Seen that one?
Yeah, I've seen quite a few of those. They're pretty funny.
Usually, all I share with him are people eating it on skateboards or on bikes or slipping and falling.
I after having a few surgeries, some of those things definitely like. It's not like it triggers me, but I'm like, oh, I feel their pain.
You don't want to watch it. It's not anything you get any enjoyment out of.
You know, other than that, it doesn't really bother.
I know, Marcel. It's not even pizza. That's
it used to be good back in the day, man.
It is, but now it's so mass produced. They just throw it in an oven.
Same way, Pizza Hut's the one that really makes me sad. Pizza Hut
used to be the best.
Pizza it was like fine dining pizza back in the day when we were kids, man. We fucking loved going to Pizza Hut.
And the buffet night, man. You'd go there. I would never eat thick pizza because I only wanted as much as I could eat. So I'd only eat thin pizza and salad.
I'm sure it's hit and miss. It just happens to be that the little town that we live in, if we get pizza from Domino's there, it's fucking
I think it's probably one of the most consistent because it's mass produced, shipped to them frozen, and all they do is heat it up in their ovens.
There's
so I think it's
a really good pizza place in Portland, though. Shit's fucking amazing.
God, I would love to know.
That's a 2-hour drive.
Let's see who's delivering at this hour. Let's see if I have any other choices. See, I don't ever use the thing that
they're bringing back. Book it. I can't remember the name of the place, but I have something from them. Fuck, what is it called? Escape from New York, maybe? I think might be the name of the place. Chamiette, can you hear me? I think it's called Escape from New York. I could be wrong. I have something in my office.
They deliver.
The dude was awesome.
At 12 a.m.
It was a dude with a white beard, and he made awesome pizza. It's not like it's a fancy looking place, but it's similar to what you would see on damn near every corner when you are in New York. Just average pizza joints.
Does anybody use Grubhub?
I do not.
I've never had either. Grateful Panic used to drive for them, which makes me a little nervous.
They don't vet a lot. Is that
no? I just wonder how. It seems like I could get warm food here quicker than somebody that's driving around fucking off. Avenue. Let's just do that. Allow. Subway. Whataburger. Fuck this. All right, guys. I'm gonna have to roll to Taco Bell. No, closed. We're closed.
I'm going to go eat some pizza myself. You guys have a good night.
Guys, I love all y'all. Thank you for hanging out with us tonight. And please look out for the guy or gal to your left. Please look out for the guy or gal to your right. Look out for each other and go forward with love in your heart. Go to Matisfactions. Hang out over there. I'll see y'all there. Choose debate, not hate. Love you all. Major peace.